pals, Alyssa Marino here, and as a friend of Parker Kane Promotions, I am super excited to share the awesomeness that they've got in store for you this November at WrestleCade. You'll be seeing the world-traveling Capital Championship Wrestling Global Fighting Champ Rebecca J. Scott, a rising star who's been featured on Ladies Night Out, MCW, and more, the stunner Emily J., an internationally traveled talent who you've seen on NXT UK and Stardom, Angel of the Ring Zaya Brookside, and NWA World Women's Tag Team Champion Chicago's sweetheart Missa Kate will also be appearing live. It's all going down WrestleCade weekend in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You can catch these stars brought to you by Parker Kane Promotions on Saturday, November 25th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And be sure to stick around for Ladies Night Out the following day on Sunday, November 26th. You can get your WrestleCade weekend tickets at WrestleCade.com.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, professional wrestling fans, and sports and entertainment enthusiasts of all ages, we are gathered here today on this fine Tuesday for the Summer Sizzler, brought to us by WWE. Tempers are flaring, the intensity is rising, emotions reach a boiling point, and we'll see how him walks on the west side of things as we bring you a Jeff Meacham Network special live watch event with NXT Heatwave. And hello, everybody. For those that are tuning in for the first time ever, for those that don't know, I am the Simple Man of the Simple Brand and the voice of the JMN, and my name is Noah Foster. But I do not do this alone. Practically never. Because tonight it is not just about professional wrestling, damn it. It is about celebrating a birthday, damn it. Because this is his NXT. Damn it, he is the Renegade of Wrestling. He is the founder, the creator. He is the CEO of Casa de 18 Studios, JJ Williams. JJ, happy birthday, my friend, forevermore. I hope that you had a wonderful day. And how are you looking forward to tonight's heated festivities on your NXT, your center stage?
Well, thank you very much for that, Noah. I greatly appreciate it. As you alluded to, this is my NXT, damn it.
Bucky digress.
You know what? It's my birthday. I don't digress today.
That's fair enough.
but to answer your question, man, it's been a good day. It's been pretty relaxing so far. I went and took in a movie that I was going to be reviewing this coming Saturday for my new release Saturday Renegades review. Went and saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. It wasn't bad. I'm not going to say too much. I want to make sure people come and tune into my review on Saturday. But it was. Let me put it to you this way: I didn't recognize John Cena as Rocksteady, so he was doing some pretty good voice acting because he didn't sound like John Cena.
Hey, I'll give the man credit's due if he was able to do that. As I get, of course, my little background monitor set up here too. And again, folks, please. Show some love, show some support, super chat this man, give him a super sticker. And if you want us to maybe talk about something else or try and bring in your own weird wrestling shenanigans, super chat at Cascading Studios. Super chat is as simple as that. Thank everybody once again for tuning in. Daniel, good to see you. Hey, happy birthday
to you too, Daniel.
Very nice. Marsha with the happy birthday, all the birthday wishes, courtesy of the Jeff Meacham Network. Faithful and the multiverse of media, multiverse participants, both producers and both fans. Again, JJ, you endure the multiverse madness every week hosting the Saturday Night Shenanigans. God bless you. But I truly speak on behalf of not just the Jeff Meacham Network family, but the multiverse viewers too. We really do appreciate you and hope that you have a wonderful, happy birthday.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate that. And it's interesting that you brought up the Saturday Night Shenanigans that are open mic night because I have been steadily working on things for this week, especially since we're going to have not one but two episodes of open mic night this week. We're going to have the traditional Saturday Night Shenanigans that are going to have the more, for lack of a better term, serious topics.
Of course.
And then we're going to have a little happy hour on Sunday. And I've already kind of got the graphic ready for that one.
Oh, boy.
You know, I found out an interesting little story about why WWE hasn't gone to the UK in many years. We'll be discussing that since it'll air straight after All In.
Right.
Found out an interesting little tidbit about Karrion Kross and his storylines that we'll bring up.
TikTok.
Maven has kind of had a little bit of a resurgence here the last month with his own YouTube channel. We'll be discussing that.
Right.
Then I saw a thing about ECW and which 3 superstars from the current active wrestling scene, any company, do you think would fit in the 95 to 99 original ECW?
Ooh.
So we'll get into that, hence the Paul Heyman graphic there. And then who is on your Mount Rushmore of WCW superstars? All of that will be discussed during happy hour in between All In and Emergence this coming Sunday. As far as Saturday, still kind of working on that, waiting to see what kind of legitimate stories come out, so we don't have to put your dignity on the line again like we did this past week.
Oh, I'm sure the Multiverse will come up with a suggestion and super chat something. Heck, they might have me sing a friggin', God help me, NXT theme tonight. Hey, Pop, hello.
Hello, sir. Thank you again for the phone call earlier. It was good talking to you. Good seeing you.
Yeah, maybe JJ will come up with some weird challenge for some sort of super chat. No one will sing this NXT theme. It's like, JJ, what are you thinking? I already knew it was on your mind. I'm just waiting for him to come up with something. Because most of these themes, you don't even understand them or they don't have lyrics. I mean, seriously. But anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I can't really think of a good NXT theme song that has lyrics to it.
Besides Joe Gacy at this point, you got nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That's a very valid point. I didn't even think about his at first.
Very laid back. There's actually a 30-minute extended version video. That's how much people like that freaking theme. I'm like, y'all are crazy.
I'm sure that's not the only one. I'm sure if we searched hard enough, there's like an hour-long version of Joe Hendry's theme up there for you guys.
I'd be happy! But tonight's not about Impact Wrestling.
No.
Of course, tonight's about NXT Heatwave. So while we got some time to kill, because I don't give a damn about TV or what's on my USA Network, why don't we go ahead and run down tonight's card for those that don't know, because we do have a championship match. We got a couple of interesting grudges. We got mixed tag team action, and we got, oh, God, a Heritage Cup match. And at this point, can we just end this freaking thing and send it back to the UK? But seriously. But they got a lot tonight in store for us for 2 hours worth of television. So, JJ,
absolutely.
Let's get right into it.
So we've got the first match we'll talk about is Von Wagner versus Baron Corbin. And again, this may sound weird because we always seem to ridicule Von Wagner.
Yes.
But I feel like they've kind of painted themselves into the same corner that they did at the last PLE with Baron Corbin and Gable Steveson. Von Wagner has kind of been on this trajectory here where he's been trying to redefine himself and he's been trying to reestablish himself. They've had all these vignettes, talking about kind of like the hardships that he overcame as a kid and everything and injuries. And you would hate to see him lose with that kind of build-up in story. And then you've got Corbin, who again is trying to reestablish himself after burning the costumes of his old gimmicks. So what do you do here? They've really kind of backed themselves into a corner once again.
Well, that being said, before we talk about corner, we got somebody here, part of the festivities. Ladies and gentlemen, the man whose name is on the marquee, Jeff Motherfrickin' Meacham. Yeah.
I muted him real quick because he's at Disneyland and there was a lot of background noise.
Oh, that's right.
My bad.
Botch. Go ahead. No.
Well, when you guys are done predicting this match, JJ, I have a birthday present for you.
Well, go ahead and do it real quick because we've only got a few minutes. So
yeah,
okay.
This is more important. Go ahead, Jeff.
Ready? Yeah. All right, JJ, this is from me to you, brother. Whoop, there we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Because that's what Jeff told us to call you.
I said Renegade.
Happy birthday to you.
Paradise Cake, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, ladies. I greatly appreciate that.
Thank you very much, ladies. There we go. We'll be here literally all day.
Until the rest of the day.
It's the rest of the day. Have a good call, guys. Have fun.
Thank you,
very
sir.
much. Like I said, JJ, we love you.
Yes. But like I said, they've kind of painted themselves again into a corner here because you don't want Von Wagner to lose with everything that they've tried to establish, that he's trying to overcome. I forget what it was that they said, but like they showed these pictures of him when he was a baby with these scars on his head and like surgery that he had, and he's like had to overcome all this trauma over the years. And if you're going to bring that to the forefront, you don't want to job him out. But again, Baron Corbin is trying to get that momentum back under him, so you don't want him to lose either. It's a bad place for them to be in booking wise. I just hope they don't take the cheap way out again like they did with Gable Steveson.
I honestly don't think that's going to happen with this because when I looked at that, because yes, I look at highlights for Jada's NXT because I knew we were doing that. When I looked at this, I thought about who the hell is Von Wagner? Because let's think about it. People have not really been able to get a grasp or connect with Von Wagner. Baron Corbin somehow brought out a bit of personality and a promo in him, and these are two of your biggest studs in your NXT, JJ. I don't think necessarily it hurts Von Wagner to lose this as it helps Baron Corbin to win this because while Baron Corbin is trying to burn down ships, whatever you want to portray that as, the thing of the matter is Baron Corbin being in the ring with Von Wagner automatically increases Von Wagner's stock. So I think what we're going to see tonight more so is a real showcase of Von Wagner where maybe he finally gets up from underneath Robert Stone, where that's always been a little bit of touch and go. Honestly, I could see this becoming, if not like a mentorship thing or a proving thing, kind of like how Lyra Valkyria was with Rhea Ripley. Talk more about that later, AO. I think for us, we need to see what Von Wagner can do against the former King of the Ring, the former Golden Glove box winner, the former insert here. But the thing about this, Corbin talked about just his star power, not necessarily what he was.
Yes.
So being matched up with that star power, I think immediately raises Von Wagner's stock no matter what. So I think this actually is a more comfortable match here, not only give Baron Corbin a win, but give Von Wagner a showcase where he might actually connect and impress the NXT fans.
That's fair. I mean, honestly, if he gets in there and he has as good of a showing as Chad Gable has lately against Gunther on the main roster, I think that'll go a long way, even in defeat.
Mm-hmm. And I definitely don't see this via count out.
No.
That was so stupid. Speaking of stupid.
And then we've got this match, and I know you love the Heritage Cup.
Yes, I do.
I like Nathan Frazier, but for me, this is like a snooze fest.
I have to agree. I've been saying it since they brought the Heritage Cup into your NXT. It doesn't fit the environment. Let me talk to you. A while when Impact Wrestling... Yeah. Too bad it's not on the show. A while when Impact Wrestling was under the Anthem umbrella with the six-sided ring, under all these different managers, one in particular, Billy Corgan, they brought a title called the Impact Grand Championship. It was literally about how well you do in a 3-minute round, and then each round was scored by judges, not necessarily scored by yourself. I get a lot of that here because one of these things just doesn't belong here. That did not belong in Impact Wrestling. This damn sure doesn't belong in this NXT. But that being said, I'm going to be contextual, despite the fact this is horribly gimmick beyond belief. Nathan Frazier is a guy right now that's been out to impress. He's been kind of tagging alongside Dragon Lee. He's been trying to find his way. He once ran a news anchor thing. Hey, maybe he and Mustafa Ali become a thing because it's so political, not like Fox News. Ayo. And then Noam Dar at this point with the metaphor. It's almost like Noam Dar is just doing this to raise his own ego and restore some pride and won't rest until he does. I think that both of these men right now are just trying to find their way, but they're relying too much on a brand that died and a relic from it. What needs to happen regardless here, the Heritage Cup needs to retire, and one of these two need to move on to bigger and better things. I know that the freaking NXT North American Championship is now held by a heel, but based in that context and the fact that one, Seth freaking Rollins, trained this guy, and I think it'll be a hell of a match, Nathan Frazier needs to lose. Because if he wins, he's stuck in this. Noam Dar, there's nothing else for him. Give him this relic. Give him his moment. Let him brag about it. Let him preserve it. Hell, let him take it back to Scotland with him and give Nathan Frazier something different. So just off the cuff booking and the fact you got the metaphor and 50-50 WWE booking logic, JJ, I think Noam Dar is going to shenanigan this one out and steal the win.
I hope not, because Noam Dar has not impressed me a single lick since he came to my NXT. Whereas
surprised.
Nathan Frazier, every time I see him in the ring, I'm like, this guy is a future star.
Right.
I think that while I kind of agree with you to a certain extent that Noam Dar is nothing without the Heritage Cup, and if you want to be technical, he wasn't even defeated to lose it.
Yeah.
I think that Nathan Frazier really needs this more to put him on that trajectory, and maybe we can start to see Noam Dar doing something, I don't know, something else with metaphor. I know that the Schism is heel also, but I'd like to see a little faction warfare between the two of them. Since you've got Noam Dar, you've got Oro Mensah, you've got the two women, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. And over on the Schism side, you got, the former grizzled young vets. You've got Ava Rain. Like, I feel like there's something that can be worked there.
Well, your NXT is a bit of a bizarre world, but considering we're getting close to the holiday of Bizarre, you might be onto something. But also, Schism is not just 4 roots, 1 tree. They got a ton of leaves. Metaphor doesn't have any other words or bodies to go along with them. It sounds like a losing battle to me.
Fair enough. And speaking of the Schism,
okay,
in her first one-on-one match,
oh boy,
Ava Rain takes on Ivy Nile.
I'm nervous about this one. Go ahead and you open up this.
This is a little thing that's been going on for a minute here. Ever since the Schism and the Creeds had their rivalry and their feud,
right?
These two women have just been at odds. This is going to be a real test for Ava Rain because she has been protected thus far, only being in tag team action.
Ding, ding.
And Ivy Nile, while she doesn't get as much television time as some of the other NXT women, your Roxanne Perez's, your Tiffany Strattons, your Gigi Dolans, etc., she is a damn fierce competitor.
Diamond in the rough, pun intended.
Absolutely. And I don't think that it's what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think it's an accident that Ava is in here against Ivy.
I don't think so either.
Either Ava's going to sink or she's going to swim. And Ivy, regardless, is going to be able to make Ava Rain look good.
That's the way I look at this match, too, because you literally took the words out of my mouth. The key thing here, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ava Rain's first ever singles match in NXT. And when you're in a singles bout, you only get one first chance for a good first impression. It's either sink or swim. But the thing is also the underlying story. Ivy Nile rolls alone. The Creed brothers, nowhere to be found. But lately, your Schism might have some poison in the roots. And I honestly wonder, when will that be exposed or derooted? And I look
I
at
have a
that
feeling
as well,
it'll be exposed tonight.
which is why I do think they will protect Ava Raine, but I think Ivy Nile gets the win. And Ivy Nile, to her credit, she is a stud. She is a pit bull. She has been in the ring with freaking Michael Satomura. She is one of the strongest players I have seen, pound for pound, physically, in your NXT that I don't think it's enough credit and enough showcasing. It's time for Ivy Nile, who right now literally is trying to find her way on her own, to really bring her stock up. And while the focus has been on those names you mentioned, including Lyra Valkyria, which I will say to me is in the bigger match on this card, and that's the only other woman in action tonight.
Yep.
Besides Rhea Ripley
Well,
from Monday Night Raw.
I was going to say.
That's Monday Night Raw. That's not your NXT, damn it. It was my old NXT. But so for me, I think Ivy Nile wins this, and you further the story with Schism. And I don't know when your next NXT PLE. Oh, that's right. No Mercy. And I do think Joe Gacy will come back with a vengeance for No Mercy. I think Ava Raine is going to show us how far she's grown, but it doesn't mean she has to get the win. All you need to have is a good impression, and you're able to carry the story. As long as that's good, I think everybody will be fine. But Ivy Nile needs the pin, in my opinion. She needs the victory.
I agree. And I do agree that Ivy is one of the better women on the NXT roster as far as an all-around performer. I don't know if she's ready for the main roster just yet. And my only reason for saying that is because we just lost Ronda Rousey. I feel like if Ivy Nile got called up to the main roster, they would just look at her as a Ronda Rousey wannabe.
And to be fair, JJ,
I think we need to give her at least a year with no Ronda on the roster before bringing her up, because I've said it a few times, and it's no disrespect to Ivy Nile, but she's basically the Wish version of Ronda Rousey. Well, so with that in mind, and Ronda having just departed, it's just going to go over like a fart in church if she gets caught up right now.
There's a reason why legit Layla Hirsch is a straight shooter, but they still compare her to shorter Ronda Rousey. And I think she has more momentum right now in Ring of Honor than your Ivy Nile does in your NXT. So I definitely agree. Hello, Wesley.
Yes, thank you, Wesley. And then Marshall said NXT women's division needs bigger names to it. I don't know if I would go that far, because the whole point of NXT is to make a name. Exactly. The NXT women's division right now has got Rhea Ripley kind of dabbling around it because of her and Dom coming back and forth, with Dom being the North American champion, as we'll see later on this evening. But they've also got Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez is the name of the NXT women's division.
Bar none. She is the prodigy for a reason, and that is not by name. She is that much incredible of a promise of a future WWE superstar. And speaking of promise and WWE superstars, let's go ahead and talk a little about this. I'll take the reins on this, as you did talk about Mommy. By the way, congratulations on the recent engagement to one Buddy Matthews.
Yes.
And of course, her Dom. We're talking about Dirty Dom, who sees the NXT North American Championship from Wes Lee. They take on Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria. So let's look at this, shall we? At the forefront, we of course have Dragon Lee and Dominic Mysterio. There's really a sense of disrespect when it comes to the Lucha Libre legacy that Dragon Lee carries with his mask, and the fact that he fell short going after the NXT North American Championship, particularly against Mommy's interference. Lyra has been endorsed with promise by Mommy herself. I'll say Rhea Ripley just to keep things in context in case people don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Because again, there is casuals. So Rhea Ripley and Lyra, they have this thing, I think, where honestly, I could see them become a tag team. I could see Lyra become part of Judgment Day down the line. I could see Lyra turn. But I also could see Lyra going after Rhea Ripley one-on-one, maybe for her championship. Hey, when was the last time she had a title defense? Just saying. Oh, sorry. But I look at this match, it's mixed tag team warfare, but it's also one of those cases where do you have the, let's just call it this, main roster guys lose against labeled developmental. In this scenario, I almost would feel safe to say so if it wasn't for the fact that Dragon Lee already had a chance at Dominic Mysterio and his title. Something else has to come out to further this. This isn't about Judgment Day and the Monday Night Raw campaign. This is different. This is Judgment Day trying to rule NXT. And whether or not they're recruiting or manipulating, that remains to be seen.
I think it's funny that you mentioned Rhea defending her belt last, because it was announced on Raw last night that this will happen at Payback. Finally. I think they've just been holding off because of Raquel's injury. And now that she is medically cleared as of last night, Payback is going to be a bitch for mommy.
As long as she doesn't smile and I get the Raquel and the Rhea from NXT Black and Gold, this should be a killer match. Kill it, ladies. But yeah, going back to this, it's one of those things where right now experience and momentum favors the left side, not the right side. But Valkyria, she is somebody on the rise, and she loves this. I haven't seen this fire in the Valkyrie since NXT UK. And I know Rhea Ripley's going to bring even that more out of her. But I do think it's hard to bet against the Judgment Day here in this case.
And I think it's interesting that you bring up the potential of recruitment with Lyra Valkyria and the Judgment Day. I wonder what Finn Balor would think of that, considering how he's been trying to bring JD McDonough into the group and been met with resistance at every turn. And here you're talking about the potential of scouting Valkyria.
Yes.
That's an interesting dynamic. What will Finn think about it? And to Matthew's point, they definitely see Dragon Lee as the next Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is already in the Hall of Fame.
Bar none.
His days are behind him.
Yep.
But they need that next luchador that they can make money off of with their mask sales and everything. And Dragon Lee is definitely that.
Oh, there's not a shadow of a doubt in my mind. He has been a mainstay player and shot on every NXT PLE since being a part of this brand. So again, right now, Dragon Lee already had a chance against Dominic Mysterio in his NXT North American Championship. Lyra is somebody on the rise, and Mommy's going to further test her after Lyra got the better of Jessie Jane. And now that I think about it, Jessie Jane might not be done with Lyra either, and she might come into play.
Mm-hmm.
Favor right now for this decision, in my opinion, favors the Judgment Day.
Absolutely. As far as why isn't Tiffy Time defending her title, I'm not sure, but she is supposed to speak tonight. So we may get a little bit of a taste as to what's to come for that.
Fair enough. Well, let's see if Trick Williams can stand a taste of the most intense competitor in your NXT, JJ. Because you heard what Ilya Dragunov says. Your career will die.
Yeah, I don't know what Trick is thinking, trying to go toe-to-toe with Ilya Dragunov. Don't get me wrong. Trick is a specimen. He is entertaining, and he's not horrible in the ring. Like, you can see that initially he was brought up to be the hype man for Mello, but he's improved by leaps and bounds. He can definitely do singles matches now and not stink the joint up. But again, much like with Ava Rain and Ivy Nile, there's a reason they've got Trick with Ilya Dragunov. I have not seen Dragunov have a bad match.
No.
So he is going to be able to pull the absolute best out of Trick. And I look at this match much as the same way as I do the Von Wagner Baron Corbin match we talked about in the beginning. As long as Trick can have a solid showing in there, even in defeat, it'll send him to the moon, Cameron Grimes style, by leaps and bounds. Just being able to hold his own with the technical marvel that is Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah, and again, Ilya Dragunov, he says that nothing now can hold him back from unleashing the anger that is consuming him, because he will break him and he will seize his destiny. He blames Trick Williams for the reason he lost at the Great American Bash. But we'll talk more about that here in a moment as we now go to what is forever possibly going to be called NXT on your birthday. Wait for it. Together. I'm going to pause right there as I look also at the feed, and now it says
together.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, professional wrestling fans, sports entertainment enthusiasts, get ready for the Summer Sizzler from WWE. Emotions run high, and there is definitely a boiling point that remains to be seen. And why am I looking at Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, the NXT Tag Team Champions, on my screen? And friggin' comment, did he get a tan?
Probably.
Oh, splash. I'm going to tell you right now, I have never cannonballed in a pool. I will tell you that right now. But anyway, folks, welcome to our coverage here. This is NXT Heatwave. And hello, everybody. Welcome once again to another very special Championship Network Multiverse with me, a live watch-along event. You know what this is, for I'm the simple man of the simple brand and the voice of the JMN. And my name is Noah Foster. With me tonight, this is his NXT. Damn it, he does not digress. It is his birthday, and his female and male superstars are looking to shine high tonight as we look at NXT Heatwave. JJ, this is your show. This is your brand. This is your fandom. Are you ready to go tonight?
I am definitely ready to go, man. I am super stoked for this. I just hope it doesn't, disappoint. I think the matches are perfect. I think that there's a great mixture of talent. I do wish that the women's title was going to be defended tonight, but at the same time, we haven't really established a contender. You could say Thea Hill deserves another opportunity, but with everything that's been going on with her and Chase U, it just wouldn't make sense to put her in another match right now. You've got Roxanne, you've got Gigi, you've got JC, you've got so many other women, though. But like I said a few minutes ago, we're going to have Tiffany hit the ring and talk to us. So hopefully we'll know at least what's coming for No Mercy, which is just a little over a month away in Bakersfield, California.
And of course, that'll be the next time that NXT will be a premium PLE on Peacock. And of course, we'll bring you that coverage here, folks, live exclusively on the Championship Network, Multiverse of Media. But that being said, that's September. This is August, and it's still a boiling hot summer. Good Lord Almighty. Speaking of boiling hot, talk about a pool party. Right. And you might as well get that out of the way because everyone's going to soon be going back to school. But I do wonder this whole idea of developmental mentorship, main roster caliber talent, who will bring the heat tonight, who will rise to the occasion, or who will burn in someone else's light. As this is NXT Heatwave, and it comes to us from, seriously, could they not do like on a beach or by a pool or something special? You would figure NXT would do a little bit more personality type stuff, JJ. I'm just saying. It's not like they're too far away.
I totally agree. Oh, shit. We're starting off hot and heavy as Ilya Dragunov makes his way to the ring.
Well, JJ, it looks like our free banter and criticism is over because we're about to watch somebody that is truly Umba Sinkbar, the guy with an unbreakable will, and many people thought should be not only the main event, as I see in the chat. Hello again, everybody. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Did the conversation, super chat, Casting Studio, super chat, simple as that. Many believe this man should be right now the NXT champion, but again, was that his emotions that got the better of him? That Torpedo Moscow into Trick Williams inadvertently head first into the NXT championship allowed Carmelo Hayes to hit nothing but net. He scored when he had to, and he still is the NXT champion. We'll see him, of course, in the main event. But now I look at Ilya, and he's going back to what I remember in NXT UK. The fire in his eyes that burns inside with those red lenses. He is not being held back at all tonight, and he's not pulling any, pun intended, tricks against Trick Williams. He's looking to break him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I still got to say, man, it's just an aesthetic, but the goatee on Dragunov is killing me. It looks so weird on him.
I agree. just a subtle appearance and a change in attitude. But again, Trick Williams, this is, like you said, a mainstay. Trick Williams is calling his shot. Let's call it what it is. Remember, Dragunov called him out. He wanted to break him then. But Trick Williams personally gave Ilya the opportunity because he's out to prove something to himself. Now he's no longer alongside Carmelo Hayes. He chooses to fly solo because he's out to prove that he is, pun intended, not a sidekick. Again, the focus has been primarily on Carmelo Hayes. JJ in this match, the focus, Trick Williams wants to be on him, but I think everyone's looking at Ilya Dragunov. Now, Bell Race underway, and we're going to start off hot and heavy.
Oh, yeah. Oof. Is there any other way for these two to start it off? I mean, Dragunov is a machine.
Ilya Dragunov, former NXT UK champion, the man that beat the General Gunther and stopped his unstoppable seeming reign as NXT UK champion. And, of course, has already had a chance twice now at the NXT championship and come up short. Oh!
Here's a dream match for you. Dragunov versus Danielson.
Take my money.
Right.
Brian Danielson, get well soon. And Trick Williams right now trapped in the waist lock with the back elbow strikes, trying to pick up some speed here. There's a shoulder tackle. Oh,
Ooh,
man.
nice kick by Dragunov.
That was like flash kick out of nowhere. He did not see that coming. I thought Dragunov was just going to throw himself into him.
Yeah, I don't think Trick is going to see damn near any of Dragunov's offense coming. You know, he is so stealthy in his approach with stuff. Dragunov is just one of those guys that can hit you with any maneuver, any way out of any situation. Trick really needs to be on top of his game here to prove that he's worthy of being in the ring with someone like Dragunov.
Go to your point, Trick Williams so far, it's one of those things where if you're trying to prove yourself, you have to endure, and then you have to thrive, and then you got to get on the rise. Trick Williams right now trying to get back up just to a vertical base in the corner. Oh, God.
Those chops.
Again, not as heavy as Gunther, but still probably just as effective.
Yeah, anytime I see someone take a chop in the corner like that, I think about my baptism at Battleground Pro Wrestling when the entire roster lit me up. And it still makes me just like get that pain in my chest.
Trick Williams finally delivering some offense of his own with these forearms right now. We got a forearm exchange here.
Trying to get a little bit of separation there.
Well, I mean, do you want to separate yourself from Ilya, or do you want to stay on the attack? Like, what's the best strategy when you're facing either Dragunov? Oh!
Well, you definitely want to stay on the attack and keep the momentum going when you have it, but Dragunov's been dominating the early going, so you need to get a little bit of separation just so you can mount your offense.
Yeah,
it's a double-edged sword there.
Whoop! With for Constantine, Trick Williams scouted though, caught Ilya coming in. Swing and not a miss, but I do wonder Trick Williams hurt himself in the process. Take a look at the replay here, JJ. Beautiful drop kick, by the way.
Going to the outside.
On the outside of the ring. Now, I feel this is Ilya Dragunov's domain. Oh, my gosh.
Beautiful German suplex there.
On the floor, JJ. On the floor. And you see, again, look at the intensity in Ilya Dragunov's eyes.
One of the three eyes by Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, another hell of a submission wrestler.
Yep. Integrity, intelligence, intensity. As we go to you right now for our first Wrestle Call Picture in Picture, but don't go away, folks. We'll keep you in tune with the action. Again, for Trick Williams, he's not the guy nobody's talking about. We're talking about him, Carmelo Hayes, who of course will be in the main event defending the NXT Championship against Wes Lee, the former longest reigning NXT North American champion. And of course, we still have mixed tag team action to come as Judgment Day's Rhea Ripley and Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio, take on Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria. Of course, right now, we are looking at Ilya Dragunov, who is trying to basically break any obstacle that could stand in his way going forward in trying to finally claim the NXT Championship.
And right now, he's just wearing Trick Williams down, trying to suck the life out of him. You see, he still had him in that headlock. The rapid-fire punches that he gave to him while he was still on the ground, a big boot to the face, clubbing blow to the black, like he is just trying to suck and drain the life out of Trick, take away his will to fight, and possibly even his will to live.
Well, I mean, again, he did say his career will die. He honored, quote unquote, his unusual request. But I wonder if you're regretting it right now, Trick Williams. Was it better to just, take a powder and persevere yourself for another day, maybe level yourself up first? Because right now, this is one of those like top level bosses, I would say, in NXT.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. You see, Trick still has a little bit of strength in them, though, the way he was trying to counter and hold on to those verticals, not letting Ilya snap suplex him.
And then he just chopped him down like a redwood and then ran him with the knee. Is that enough? Here, the Dragunov hook of the leg too? No.
Nah.
Nah, it's not going to end.
They're not going to end the match when it's in picture-in-picture.
Nah, you kidding me? We're going to humor
that would be hilarious.
Can you imagine WWE do that as a first? That'd be freaking hilarious. And right now we got I think that's a sleeper hold sleeper hold. Slide of the neck right now. Ranching Trick Williams.
Again, just trying to drain the life energy out of Trick.
Matt Helms, good to see you. Appreciate y'all again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend as before. And again, this is for the Renegade's birthday. So give him a happy birthday wish too. Show him some love with a super sticker and a super chat if you can as well. And once again, Trick Williams testing his mantle against the Dragunov in a striking affair.
Very few men shots back and forth there.
Very few men get. Oh God! Well, very few men get the better of Eli in that exchange, as Eli with one haymaker dropped Trick Williams where he stood.
And you look at the way he's moving his fingers there. Could he have injured his hand or his wrist there with that blow?
Hey, you wonder, a stinger effect, was that a closed fist, or was that one of those, like, just palm strikes? Is he just trying to face wash him with his boot? And again, off the ropes right now. Either Dragunov, calculated approach here. For a guy with all the intensity in the world, look at the brick, everything that's in front of him, I'm surprised he really hasn't gone 0 to 100 in the early going here of this match that really has kind of just started.
Yeah,
again,
no
though, you
doubt.
did talk about the hand.
It definitely looks like he's trying to get the blood flow back in there, like he may have run it on Trick there.
Yeah, or Stinger.
You notice he's using his feet more right now. He keeps going back and kind of holding his wrist there as we come back from the commercial break.
Back live on NXT Heatwave here across the Multiverse of Media. Either Dragunov, Trick Williams in our opening contest. Trick Williams just trying to get a vertical base, while either Dragunov is trying to get feeling back in his right hand, going for shades of Kawada right there with those chops, driving Trick Williams down to the mat again and bringing him up to a vertical base to further punishment. Oh! Trick Williams, though, with a statement asking for more. Again, I wonder if he regrets it. It's one of those things to try and be a tougher man against either Dragunov and actually be it. Wait a minute. Cut the chop. Uh-oh. What's happening here? Man. Oh! Again, JJ, is he a sidekick or is he a superhero in the making? Whoa! Oh my gosh, and dropped him again. Both men down on the mat. Technical difficulties, folks. Again, just stay tuned as we get back here once again here in a moment once we figure this stuff out.
There we go.
All right, good deal.
Both men down. Referee checking on both men. We apologize for that. Some technical difficulties on our end here.
Well, again, if Mother Nature's not ruining your day, technology is. Tell me when I'm telling lies, JJ.
You know what it is, I still wouldn't trade this for the world, man. Getting to call this with you.
Same, brother. I really do enjoy
trading those shots. Trick really trying to get a little bit of fire back in him.
Whoop. Spinning back fist, miss JJ. And once again, Elia rocked up against the ropes by Trick Williams. Throwing hands.
Nice kick to the face.
Throwing hands, throwing boots, throwing everything he can to try and beat Ilya Dragunov tonight at Heatwave. But
Dragunov saying just bring it. Keep bringing it.
Well, again, this is Ilya Dragunov. Again, what did he say against Dijak? Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. And at the end of the day, he was the last man standing. Dijak hasn't been seeing anything major since. And either right now, what's it going for here? Picking up the ankle. Oh, nice single leg up kick by Trick Williams. I see shades of Booker T when I look at Trick Williams a little bit. I don't know about you. Oh, big flapjack.
I can see that. I also see a little bit of JTG.
Oh, wow. What a running knee strike. Is that enough for the win? Oh.
Nope, not enough. I see a little bit of JTG with his attitude.
Look at this shot, JJ. Bam! Ooh. He literally turned the Dragunov upside down with that running flash knee strike. Running knee for the near three.
And for the first time, really, Trick has had control in this match.
And no kidding. Oh, put him out there. Oh, counter into a DDT. And now Dragunov, another DDT, and still holds on to the head. Now rolls his body into the cover.
Trick throws him off. He still has enough energy within him.
An act of defiance.
You got to wonder if somebody with the expertise of Dragunov is starting to get frustrated here. You would think that somebody like Trick would go down easy for a technical marvel like Ilya Dragunov.
Again, this is Trick Williams' moment. This is Trick Williams' test. This is Trick Williams' trial by fire, pun intended, as it is Heatwave tonight, against one of the absolute best, like you alluded to. And I think Ilya Dragunov is realizing Trick Williams is not so easily put down. He may not be on the sink bar, but he definitely has fire in his soul. And oh!
A rock bottom from the top rope there.
I haven't seen him use that. Lateral press, hook of the leg is enough here to win a Heatwave.
Oh my God. That was like 2.999. I seriously thought the ref hit the mat with that 3.
It doesn't get closer than that without the bell ringing, and there hasn't been a more perfect time this match so far to say that. Trick Williams, if nothing else, is proving to you all that he can hang with the best. But again, can he beat them or break them? Oh, went for the cyclone kick. Oh, no. Oh! Got hoisted into the German suplex and then a kick to the back of the head by either Dragunov once again, going for the front headlock here.
Just deadlifted him with that German. There was no jump from Trick at all. Ooh, slipped there.
Deadlift, dead weight, or stinger. You tell me. Again, you talk about the damage to the right hand, but again, it's Trick Williams right now, dead weight. Power bomb connects Shades of freaking Gunther and drops the elbow. Cover. It's enough here.
No. Wow. And the look on Dragunov's face, going back to my point a little bit ago, is he getting frustrated? He usually can put his opponents away with ease. But somebody like Trick Williams, it should not be this much of a challenge for Dragunov.
I agree. I can't believe what Trick show me.
And that's no disrespect to Trick.
No, not at all. Uh-oh. He's going to drop the bomb. Oh, my God!
Rolled through, falls on top of Trick. 1, 2, 3.
He dropped all of Russia with that final forearm from the top rope, JJ. That's what it took to finally put down Trick Williams. A stellar performance by Trick Williams tonight, who definitely took the moment as much as he could, but Ilya Dragunov proves once again nothing, and I mean nothing, will stop him from achieving his destiny, and that is still to become the NXT champion. I thought that Trick had him here, though, with that knee strike more than anything else. That was insane.
Man, that was a hell of a matchup. You know, I had my doubts with this feud if Trick was going to be able to hold his own with Ilya Dragunov, and by God, he proved to me that he is man enough to be able to get in the ring with some of these guys. I would not be surprised to see them start pushing him to potentially dethrone Dirty Dom after that match.
If nothing else, his stock went way up tonight. He may not be him, but NXT Universe, I think, definitely knows Trick Williams. Courtesy of Ilya Dragunov giving you a full-on clinic firsthand. And you see, again, Ilya Dragunov grasping. I don't know if he's grasping necessarily the right hand or the left arm. I do wonder, though. We're going to get a sign of respect.
Yeah, I was going to say, you notice he's still waiting in the ring. He hasn't taken off yet.
No.
Yeah, he's nodding his head, kind of like a little show of respect there as we go backstage to Tyler Bate, the big, strong boy.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut right now before I go into a rant.
Nathan Frazier with his wannabe Flash outfit. Maybe that's what endears me to Nathan Frazier, is his outfit so reminiscent of the Flash.
Urge to rant rising. Anyway, you're
save it for a commercial break there, Noah.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm perfectly. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, you're right. That is kind of like a nod to the Flash. But again, Nathan Frazier with the actual Heritage Cup, not the quote unquote fake Heritage Cup.
That is being carried around by Noam Dar, the previous holder of the Heritage Cup, who, again, I'm not his biggest fan. To his point, though, he was not beaten for the cup. Oro Mensa was defeated because he was out on injury.
Why did he defend? I'll talk about it later.
So
All
I
right,
mean,
well,
I'm
let's go.
just saying. So
Yeah,
he
fair.
does have a point, whether we like him or not.
All right, well, that's fair. But let's go ahead and make a point about this gem of the NXT Women's Division. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick things up with women's action as we come back from commercial break. It's Ivy Nile taking on in their singles match. First ever singles match, Ava Raine, and that is next. All right,
Yes.
so first off, I'm just going to say this real quick. Trick Williams, respect. That
Mad
was
respect.
impressive. Absolutely impressive. And I'm just going to go ahead and acknowledge the chat here as we like to do during the commercials here, JJ. I'm glad you put up those comments. Yeah, that kind of was like a Rocky because, again, he had two pinnacle moments where you legitimately fought. He had the win.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen the Rocky movies, but I know enough about them to be able to recall Rocky went the distance with Apollo in the first movie, but he did not win the title.
No.
He did not win the match. He won in the second movie, in the rematch. So Trick Williams being able to hold his own, but not being able to defeat Ilya Dragunov, very reminiscent of that. So
Bar none.
definitely mad respect to Trick. He showed up, he showed out, and now we're going to see if these women can do the same thing. Again, we know what Ivy Nile can do.
Mm-hmm.
Ava Raine, the Rock's daughter, Simone Johnson, is untested in a singles contest.
Mm-hmm.
Will she sink? Will she swim? Will she show that pedigree, that heritage, that bloodline that'll make us, by the end of the match, acknowledge her as a single star in her own right?
Or will she create her own design and not be connected necessarily with that standard people might try to hold her to because of who she's related to? It's one of those things like we talk about with Dominic Mysterio, and you gave him his flowers. He doesn't seem like he's just Rey Mysterio Jr., Rey Mysterio's son. He is truly his own man. Tonight, I personally think Ava Raine needs to try and stand out and be her own woman. She is untested. And Ivy Nile is truly the diamond in the rough of this NXT Women's Division. And I stand by that. But again, we got to also not just look at the athletics here. We got to look at the story. The story here, of course, is that Schism are the reason that Diamond Mine right now literally just has one gem. The Creeper has been exiled from this NXT. So it seems. But lately, Schism's luck has been kind of uprooted from their tree. They lost out for the NXT Tag Team Championships, and there might be some weeds in the field that even Joe Gacy might have speculation on, but can't seem to weed out. And I do wonder if they will sprout up tonight and once again cause shenanigans to allow Ivy Nile to get the win. She's been rolling solo since this point.
Yeah. I mean, to your point as far as Ava Raine goes, there's been a few superstars that have been able to get out of their legendary shadows. You think about Randy Orton.
Yep.
You think about Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
You think about, to a certain extent, Cody Rhodes. While Dusty is still by and far the bigger shadow, he's definitely made his own name to where you can say that he has cemented his own legacy.
Fair.
And then there have been those failures. You think about Ted DiBiase Jr. You think about Curtis Axel.
Oh, man.
You know, and it's which side of the fence will Ava Raine fall? Because aside from Tamina, who really didn't get out of her dad's shadow, Natalya, who did surpass her father, maybe not her uncle and the rest of the Hart legacy, but she did get out of her father's shadow.
Speaking of getting out of their father's shadow, look who's on screen, JJ.
Yes, and then Charlotte Flair, of course, the queen. Ava Raine is really the only other female to fall in that category. As we took a look at Mustafa Ali.
That's why I'm being quiet.
I love Mustafa. He has totally won me over with this coming down to NXT. I'm glad I missed the retribution phase, because everything I have seen of Mustafa since I started watching a year and a half ago, I have loved the shit out of this kid. He's got so much heart, and I just want nothing but great things for him.
Well, I'm just glad to see that he actually has a character and a dynamic that seems to stick, at least for the time being, because for the longest time, he was floundering. So, to your point, yeah, Mustafa Ali, former WWE Cruiserweight champion, and then kind of just been playing juggle creative. So, again, we'll see what happens here soon enough. Oh, good grief. Here comes a bad heartbeat. And that could only mean one thing.
4 roots, 1 tree.
Someone cut the roots out from underneath this tree, please. 4 roots? Good grief. Look at this friggin' entrance. How many of these things are there?
I'm telling you, be careful, because 2 of those roots, 2 of those branches have been acting sort of like double agents in recent weeks. You know, could it possibly be the creeds under those masks? We shall find out. I'm almost willing to bet we'll find out tonight.
Why do I feel like I'm on an acid trip looking at this Titantron entrance? Anyway,
entrance wise and presentation and everything, you got to give it to the Schism. They are so good. Their message may be skewed, but you think about presentation, and they have the presentation of stars. Would it translate to the main roster? We'd have to find out down the road as the bell rings and Ava Raine takes on Ivy Nile in her singles match debut.
Yeah, but again, you might as well call it a lumberjack match, because all of Schism is at ringside, surrounding 3 sides of the ring, including a bunch of mass individuals, male and female, for what it seems. And Ava Raine demonstrating her strength so far of a ridiculous power slam and a second.
Another one.
Well, again, you talked about yourself. I mean, we have not seen Ava Raine in this capacity. She's had, 2 actual showings in ring, and they were under tag team capacity, mixed tag team capacity, we're being honest.
Yep.
And so far, Ava Raine seems to be
the size difference here between
Right.
Ava and Ivy. Like, I didn't realize how short Ivy was and how tall Ava was until this match.
That 2 count. Yeah, about to say, this is I don't want to say it is, but it almost is the proverbial David versus Goliath.
Yeah, no question. And with that kind of presentation, you know, you would almost expect David to win, but are they going to job Ava Raine out in her solo debut?
Or, as you've been alluding to, oh my God!
Nice kick to the head.
That's a high kick and a half that Taiji would be proud of in New Japan. An Irish whip, Ivy now off the ropes. Oh, well, that was a bit innovative right there by Ava Raine. Scorpion kick from the side, cover. Shinsuke Dakota Kai gets a 2 count only. As I was trying to say a moment ago, it is one of those things where, yeah, you would think about in the Bible, David beat Goliath, but in storytelling, again, right now, Schism is in Ivy Nile's mind, or at least has Ivy Nile's attention. You could say that inadvertently, Ivy Nile has gotten the better of the Schism with just her presence. That's why they're not the NXT Tag Team Champions, thankfully. But like you said, are there some roots in this tree that need to be basically plucked? And will they show up tonight? Will they sprout tonight? Ivy Raine. Oh, wait a minute. Ivy Nile on the counter. Might be going for that submission. That submission, JJ. And she got it. She got the tap out. And that's it.
Wow.
Quick, thorough fashion. Ivy Nile wins via submission.
That's surprising with all of those Schism roots on the outside of the ring there, the branches, that none of them tried to come in and help.
Well, right now, Ivy Nile is holding Ava Raine hostage in that submission hold and is looking to take on
Superman punch.
I don't think
German
Superman can win.
suplex.
There's too many. The numbers game. Oh my gosh. I will give Ivy Nile credit, though. She is holding her own here and still is not done with Ava Raine, as a couple are finally pulling her away. We talked about before, JJ. Ivy Nile won the match, but look who's smiling. There is no love lost with Ivy Nile and what happened to her brothers in the Creed brothers. And speaking of going backstage, either Dragunov and Wesley.
Huh. You ain't wrong about that, Matthew.
Oh, for love of Pete.
I'm just saying.
All right. You know what? Have your cake, have your peaches, have peach cake if you want. Y'all do your own thing. I'm going to look at the actual wrestling. Yeah. Y'all freaking bloody.
Aren't you the one that sang peaches on open mic night one week, Noah?
Because someone super chatted my dignity and I'm a freaking voice of the people. Damn you all. Damn it. Yes, I know. Damn it. Oh, look at the eyes of Ilya Dragunov with that comment by Wesley. We might not be too far away from the west side taking on the Dragon. But for now, here comes, oh, good Lord Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, the metaphor. As it looks like it is time for our NXT Heritage Cup match with Nathan Frazier defending against Noam Dar. Supernova. And he's got the entire metaphor in the corner.
I think you're onto something there, Matthew. I think you're onto something there.
One's carrying up it. Well, I mean, okay, maybe you might be onto something, but JJ, your schism group is literally about inclusivity, peace, man, as if they're trying to take us back to the damn 60s with incense and peppermints. So again, maybe you all are going too much into it. Maybe you all are just right about it.
I mean,
we'll
think about it. Think about it. For them to be able to grab her so easily, she would have to trust and believe that they are with the schism. But then once they get her to the back and they reveal who they truly are, now you have kidnapped one of the roots.
All right. We'll see if anything else develops tonight. As coming in like the Flash, Nathan Frazier, our current NXT Heritage Cup holder, with Tyler Bate as his corner man. Again, we'll see if the schism story develops. We'll see what sprouts from this. You know what? We will see what happens.
I mean, I think the realistic end game is that they've got to do something where the former grizzled young veterans get booted out of NXT, because we know that their contract is expiring. I want to say the beginning of October. They asked for the release and were denied it.
Right.
So they are stuck with NXT until their contract expires. It just makes sense to build to something where they end up the loser leaves town style match or something.
I suppose that's true, as we'll see how this thing builds as round one's underway. Again, folks, for those that are tuning in for the first time, this is NXT Heatwave, and you are seeing a Heritage Cup match. The rules go as follow. They are 6 3-minute rounds, 20-second breaks between rounds. 2 out of 3 falls, and that person wins the Heritage Cup. Falls can be scored via pinfall, submission, or countout. And when a fall occurs, the round ends immediately. Disqualification or knockout ends the match. After 6 rounds, the most falls wins, and the champion can retain the Heritage Cup if this ends in a tie.
Yeah, and right now it looks like Noam Dar has got some control over Nathan Frazier, but for how long?
Again, the numbers game. Noam Dar has the numbers game. Nathan Frazier has to be aware of that.
2 minutes on the clock left in the first round.
But so far, 1 minute in, and right now, neither men have really been able to get a grip on the other. But Noam Dar already exercising the mind games, bringing Nathan Frazier down to the mat, trapping the left arm. Oof! Hyperextending it. And Nathan Frazier right now. Oh, yeah, press.
I know it's happened in the past, but you got to assume that the first round is going to be a stalemate. It's the proverbial feeling out process.
As somebody who watched the Heritage Cup in its greatest legacy in NXT UK, I have to back up your point. You're absolutely right. Most of the Heritage Cup matches that were heavily contested did not even get a decision, if you were lucky, to the 3rd round. And something tells me with Noam Dar's familiarity and also his sneakiness, he might honestly try and pull out something by round 2. But JJ, let's go ahead and put your thoughts in here. So, Heritage Cup, it's not boxing, it's not UFC, it's not the Impact Grand Slam, but it is a match of pace. It is a match of strategy. It's not necessarily an Iron Man match either. We don't got to worry about an buzzer, Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, every 10 seconds. So, when you look at this match, knowing that it could go up to 6 rounds, would you exercise a strategy where you would try to get the first fall sooner rather than later, or would you try and, take your opponent the distance and look for a decision in the later rounds?
That's a good question. I think it just depends on each situation, depending on who your opponent is, depend on your strategy. I think the best logic is to try to wear down a body part so that you can get a submission maybe in the 3rd or 4th round and then immediately get another submission on the same part.
You saw a couple of quick exchanges there, and then a cheap shot by Noam Dar that just turned Nathan Frazier up to 11. As right now we just got a ground and pound. He's just trying to get a cover. 3 seconds. Again, Noam Dar just trying to cover up, and there's the bell. Round 1 ends with no decisions. But you see, look at the picture here. Nathan Frazier realizes Noam Dar got into his head. He lost his temper. As we go to the rest of our party, picture in picture. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the thoughts here in the chat. So the peace sign one, what you talked about. Noah, you need to call AEW Full Gear, but you can relax and chill for a bit in November. Of course. AEW! Because I am somebody that loves professional wrestling. And I'm just going to say this right now. Congratulations to WrestleMania on your incredible assault. Congratulations to AEW on your record-setting, industry rising sell-out crowd attendance that will be in Wembley Stadium. The bottom line, folks, appreciate and be happy that the industry is thriving. Don't be one of those that simply picks a side, believe they're the better thing because this one has 57 years of legacy. Oh, but this one did this in 4 years. Who gives a crap? They're both succeeding. Be happy as a fan. Enjoy the fracking industry. Thank you.
Exactly.
Anyway.
The match is back on now here in picture.
Ooh, Noam Dar went for a kick. Nathan Frazier underneath it. Nice headlock takeover there. Grounding Noam Dar. We're 30 seconds into round 2. And again, I think about the Heritage Cup winners. I go back, cover. Oh.
Still maintaining the control in the headlock, though.
Yeah, but we talk about all the time with submissions, JJ. You risk yourself being trapped or rolled up in a cover. We've seen it countless times with individuals. Remember Shayna Baszler? She lost the freaking Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 36. But I digress. And right now we got a headlock here. And Nathan Frazier, again, we see these type of escape all the time from this hold. There's the vertical stand and the slip out. Oh, and a
nice drop kick.
That was a nice follow-up. And immediately Nathan Frazier goes into the submission hold now. Like you said, talking about wearing down your opponent. We're not seeing basically any mistakes so far. We're just seeing Noam Dar gain the better of Nathan Frazier's temper. And right now, Noam Dar working Nathan Frazier's left leg. Of course, Noam Dar, he has that knee bar and, of course, the Nova Rolla. Why Nathan Frazier, to my knowledge, I don't think he has a submission hold, but being trained to one Seth freaking Rollins, I know he could curb stomp you next week. Oof. That was a hard shot. Here's the cover. Hook of the leg. 2 count only. And let's also keep in mind, you talked about Payback earlier, JJ. At Payback, it will be Seth freaking Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship with a horribly compromised back.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. And then we also will get Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus inside the confines of a steel cage.
And stay tuned, folks, as this card continues to make shape, and we will give you live coverage and predictions and so much more on it, too, here on the Jimmy Multiverse Media, as Nathan Frazier picks a speed and catches him with a single leg kick. My God. Talk about increased velocity. Hey, wait a minute. What the hell? Dabakato? What's he doing?
Attacking Tyler Bate here for some reason, choke slamming him onto the hardest part of the ring.
Oh, why? What was the meaning of this? What was the point? Oh, wait a minute. No,
distraction.
The roll up, deep roll up, 2. Are you kidding me?
Noam Dar able to pick up the first fall here as he rolls outside, getting over there by his squad, the rest of Metaphor. Nathan Frazier's pissed.
JJ, I just also want to say this for the record. That effing happened during picture-in-picture.
Right?
What the?
As we come back live.
Yeah. Welcome back to NXT Heatwave, folks. Our Heritage Cup match is underway. During the commercial break, you saw moments ago, Dabakato choke slam Tyler Bate on the unforgiving apron. Nathan Frazier furious, distracted, and Noam Dar with a deep roll up gets the first decision in this Heritage Cup match. Ends round 2 immediately as we go into round 3. Noam Dar 1, Nathan Frazier 0. Noam Dar gets another fall. He is once again Heritage Cup champion. Oy vey. And oh dear, Tyler Bate being taken backstage after that. Don't blame him. I mean, your back's got to be rearranged after that. Now Nathan Frazier is truly rolling solo. Oh, picking up distance. Nice rope, jackknife reversal roll through here.
STF.
Very good submission transition here. Shayna Baszler and John Cena be proud of that. STF perfectly locked in, JJ, as you called. For those that don't know, that is a step over toe hold face lock. And again, Noam Dar scrambles his way to the ropes.
You got to wonder if someone else is going to come out here for Nathan Frazier for assistance in his quarterman.
Well, we know Dragon Lee won't because Dragon Lee is going to be in action later alongside Lyra Valkyria against Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. And Nathan Frazier, to my knowledge, doesn't have that many friends or allies in NXT.
Possibly Axiom.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about Axiom. I don't know if Axiom got lost in the multiverse, though. That was a nasty kick, taking out the base of Nathan Frazier. Now Noam Dar looking to capitalize. Uh-oh. Draping him on the ropes. And, oh, just a punt kick to the arm. Here's the cover, hooking that far leg.
Thought he was going to hit that Randy Orton-style DDT there, having him stretched up on the ropes like that.
I'm not necessarily sure if that fake out played to Noam Dar's advantage or disadvantage there. It's one of those things right now where Noam Dar knows he's in the driver's seat, so he honestly might be playing with his opponent, trying to embarrass him. Remember, it's Nathan Frazier that, like you said, took the Heritage Cup from him, quote unquote, not Carmelo Hayes, but one of his members of Metaphor or Mensa, when Noam Dar was not medically clear to compete. And at this point, I feel Noam Dar is out to send a message and make a statement at the expense of Nathan Frazier, as we are just over a minute left in round 3 here. Oof. Drive that arm down into the mat.
Same thing with the other side. Again, just trying to weaken the opponent, break him down.
And right now, Nathan Frazier going for the body shots, though, trying to build some momentum here. Oh, caught the boot.
But how much does he have behind those body shots after just having his arm stomped on?
Well, how about, I think you answered your question with that dragon screw into the ankle lock, as Nathan Frazier is somehow able to throw Noam Dar to the outside and dive at him with a tope suicida. But
25 seconds on the clock here in round 3.
Exactly. You got to get a pinfall or submission inside the ring. 20 seconds left. Off the second rope. Beautiful moonsault. Hooking him up. Reverse DDT. Looking for more forward offense. The running chase. The press connects. Here's the cover. Hooking the leg to tie it. Oh! 5 seconds. Go for another quick cover. Go for another
Don't have the time.
No, there is not enough time. That is the end of round 3.
Referee going to try and separate him. Oh, that was a cheap shot. Is the referee going to do something about that?
That was after the bell, right? It was after the bell.
Noam Dar is trying to say that he didn't hear the bell. I think that's a load of bull crap. That was a cheap shot.
Yeah, that was a cheap shot and a half. I've seen him do this before in NXT UK. That was a ridiculous spinning back elbow strike, though. Watch this shot. Watch this shot. Bam! Shades of Jericho's Judas effect. The elbow came post-bell. That was a blatant cheap shot. Nathan Frazier don't even know right now he's in freaking Florida. Or he's even more furious. And again, Noam Dar exploiting Nathan Frazier's temper has been playing to his advantage pretty much this entire match, JJ. As we're in round 4 right now. And Nathan Frazier starting off hot. Here's a cover, hook of the leg. 2 count only. At this point, Nathan Frazier, you got to sense a little bit of desperation from him right now. He knows he is down a fall. He has to score 2 falls within the next 3 rounds, or he loses the Heritage Cup. Oh!
Yeah, and to your point, if Noam can get just 1 more, that's it.
And right now, Nathan Frazier, once again, pulling out all the stops, trying to do anything possible to preserve the Heritage Cup, whatever it's worth nowadays. Off the top rope, Phoenix splash, roll through, lands on his feet. Whoa! And now Noam Dar caught the roll up again. Into 2 count.
Not enough.
Oh, and another spinning back elbow strike. Covered by Noam Dar. 2.5.
So close for Noam Dar.
He did not have enough body weight on that cover, by the way, too. He fell into that cover. That was the only thing that saved Nathan Frazier. But again, Noam Dar is firmly in the driver's seat here. So again, JJ, like you said, Noam Dar really hasn't done a whole lot to impress you to be a part of this NXT. What has been your thoughts so far on this Heritage Cup outing? He is right now in control.
This is one of the best performances I've seen by him thus far, but still, I am just kind of meh on him.
Oh, well, how about this?
Rolls through. Still has him hooked.
Whoa!
Can he get it here?
Twisting net breaker, cover. And round 4, Nathan Frazier ties it up. Whoa.
Even Stevens here now. 2 rounds left to go. 6 minutes potentially left in this contest. But nobody there to help Nathan Frazier, as you see Metaphor dragging Noam Dar back to their corner to try and get him some air, some water. Nathan Frazier is solo here.
Yep, as we go to the rest of the picture-in-picture, 2 rounds remaining. We are tied 1-1. Let's take a look at the replay how he got that fall, JJ. The superplex. I thought he was going to flow over to the Falcon Arrow. Instead, twisting net breaker. Shades of a Stormbreaker almost. And got enough of the cover while grasping his lower back, might I add, to finally put Noam Dar down for a 3 count. We are tied. And keep in mind, in the case of a tie, Nathan Frazier can retain. He knows he has that advantage now. Noam Dar has to win. There's no other way Noam Dar can get the Heritage Cup. He has to win.
That's fair.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of your thoughts here. See what y'all got here. I just wish the All-In card was better. It feels more like tag in. Conceptual, subjective, but there's deeper stories that I will say that. Well, actually, we're back to the match. We'll talk more about that later. Talk Wrestling. Stay tuned for Talk Wrestling, folks. Soon again to show up here on the Jimmy Sharp Multiverse Media.
Nathan
as we are in
going up to the top rope there, he's got Noam Dar positioned.
Oh,
but he's caught
in a triangle. Come in a triangle. 2 minutes and 37 seconds, though. How long can Noam Dar hold this? And Nathan Frazier, again, he is more of an upward vertical position. Could get those shoulders down. Oh, what the deadlift. Fuck, God. Then the powerbomb for the win. And
not enough. Not enough of a cover there.
Well, again, desperation move. How much did that take out Nathan Frazier? Incredible show of strength, but that literally took every bit he had left in him as you see him creating distance between him and Noam Dar, finding his way to the apron. Noam Dar not even back up to his feet yet. We're 2 minutes left in round 5. And Nathan Frazier sprays.
Oh.
Good scouting by Noam Dar. Now both men on opposite sides of the ring on the apron. Uh-oh. This
isn't going to be good.
No. You and I have seen this more than enough times. This doesn't work out for either individual. Oh my. Case in point. Both men with a big haymaker, and both men fall on opposite sides of the ring to the floor. 90 seconds left in round 5. Referee starting his 10 count. And again, if both men get counted out, that ends the match. 1 minute and 20 seconds. Again, the Heritage Cup has been held by the likes of Tyler Bate, Axiom, a.k.a. former. What the hell is this?
Last Legend just throwing Noam Dar in the ring.
Freaking wretched TikTok reject. Eject her. She is getting physically involved, ref. Eject her. Do your damn job. Again, there's no integrity in the Heritage Cup when it comes to Noam Dar. The nice suplex, though, and look at the steel like here with the cover in the window.
No.
Seriously. This guy sends friggin' tradition and professional wrestling roots of the British style back to the primitive age.
Yeah, I can think of someone that I haven't seen on NXT TV for about 8 months who had a pretty good rivalry going there with Lash Legend that if she were to return would probably cause a huge pop right now, and that's one Lioness, Nikita Lyons.
Well, I hope that lion roars sooner rather than later and eats that freaking TikTok read off my screen. Oh, my!
15 seconds left in round 5.
As Nathan Frazier wipes out freaking Metaphor on the outside, but again, you see them getting involved here, allowing Noam Dar to try and recover as the clock ticks out. Here's the cover again. Is it finally enough? 2 and saved by the bell, but also he did get the shoulder up.
Yeah. Lash Legend is proving her worth, whether we like her or not. She is definitely coming through in the clutch for Noam Dar.
take a look at this replay here, JJ. Look at him go for broke, trying to wipe out Metaphor on the outside, and does so to a degree. But that freaking wretched TikTok reject allowed Noam Dar to stay alive in this match, grabbing his leg, preventing him from going after the cover with just enough time left. This is the final round. We are tied 1-1. This is the final 3 minutes. Noam Dar has to get a fall here, or Nathan Frazier retains the Heritage Cup Championship. This is it. There's no turning back.
Both men just trading straight up forearm shots as we're in the early going of the match.
You know, I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest with you, Jade. I did not expect this thing to go 6 rounds. I gotta be honest.
Me neither.
Thanks to the friggin' TikTok reject.
This is probably why they made Ivy and Ava so short.
They made that match short for this nonsense. That's just dumb booking, in my opinion. And for what it was worth, I thought Ava Raine was doing okay, actually.
I thought she was doing okay too, but she may be in a situation like, and this is a really bad comparison, early Goldberg, where she isn't good going the long haul just yet.
Fair enough.
So she was able to impress enough in the early goings that people are going to take notice of what she did, but the match ended quickly because she wasn't going to be conditioned to go past 5 minutes or so.
Noam Dar taking out Nathan Frazier's leg, now going to the high wrist tissue after getting the better of that subtle exchange. Went for the double stomp, but missed. Might tweak something there. Nathan Frazier falls in with a kick. 1 minute and 40 seconds left. And reverse DT waiting to roll through. Uh-oh!
Got him trapped in that leg bar.
Yep, that is a Noam Dar.
Minute and a half to go.
That is agonizing pain. That is in the middle of the ring. And he has got that locked in perfectly. He has won the Heritage Cup in the past through this very hole, but Nathan Frazier refusing, trying to reverse the pressure, roll through, now trying to just basically take out Noam Dar. Overhead shots, just enough to alleviate some of the pressure. We have just a little over 60 seconds left in this Heritage Cup Championship match.
Nathan Frazier able to get loose of it. Noam Dar kind of daring him to come at me.
But again, Nathan Frazier once again is going. Whoop. Noam Dar trying to fall in. Look behind it. And again, this freaking Metaphor gets involved here. Nathan Frazier fighting back though. Up the top rope, Nathan Frazier flies. Phoenix Splash!
Missed.
Splash! Oh no! Oh! Nova Roller, not like this! Noam Dar's regained the Heritage Cup Championship! Son of a bitch! Oh, hello, Dory Lou. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Highway robbery, tragedy to the legacy of British wrestling. Noam Dar steals back the Heritage Cup Championship 2-1 in round 6. And you and I both know, JJ, if it wasn't for that Metaphor group, he would not have won this match. But this was the moment of no return for Nathan Frazier. That Phoenix Splash crash and this Nova Rolla, the run-in high kick, was all Noam Dar needed to finally reclaim his true Heritage Cup Championship. Damn it. Oh, man. And Nathan Frazier right now absolutely destroyed. Wait a second. JJ, you might be onto something. I mean, she was stuck in that submission hold for quite a while. Failure. What? Ooh.
And we get a look backstage now at Tiffany Stratton, your NXT Women's Champion, who appears to be making her way to the ring for a little bit of Tiffy time.
And that is coming up next year on NXT Heatwave. Again, I hope folks are enjoying the conversation, the reactions, coverage, and the chat so far. This is the Renegade's birthday special on the WWE Live Watch All events. We cover NXT Heatwave. So please show some love. Super chat this man. Give him a super sticker at Cast 80 Studios. Super chat as simple as that. Please subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. And of course, we talk about love, the city of brotherly love will, of course, be center stage, the home to the spectacle of the Immortals, as we will bring you coverage next year virtually from Liga Financial Field for WrestleMania 40, Saturday, April 6th, and Sunday, April 7th. We are not getting any sleep.
Oh no. Did you really expect us to, man?
Hell no, you kidding me? It's WrestleMania week. There's no sleep at WrestleMania week.
I mean, you know what we've got coming up. As a matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and show these people everything that's coming up as far as watch-alongs across the multiverse of media?
What's my voice being used for? All the professional wrestling and sports entertainment. Anyway, as I always do, because I am what I am. For I am but a simple man and a lifelong fan. Anyway, I'll save that for later. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the thoughts here. If anything else came up, Axiom had to deal with DAMMIT and Scripps Reggie. Oh, so that's probably why he wasn't out there. I was unaware of that. And like you alluded to, JJ, it will be tipping time here shortly. But I got to talk about this, considering she's not even involved in the show, but she might be talked about or even confront her. Your Thea Hale has toned down the bubbly caffeine into a rather begrudging Chase U student participation.
Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, I'm a little bit bummed of where the character of Thea Hill has gone as of late. I get it. She's disgruntled because the fact that her teacher, her mentor, Mr. Andre Chase, founder of Chase U, threw in the towel for her and then cost her another opportunity. So I can get where she's coming from, but the whole thing that makes people appeal to Thea is that energy, that smile, the bubbly personality that she still seems to display when she's backstage with one Duke Hudson. But you very rarely ever see when Andre Chase is around anymore.
Duke Hudson,
matter of fact, the last time I really saw the old Thea was when she encountered one Rey Mysterio backstage, and he heaped some praise on her.
I did go back and watch that highlight because I do think that's pretty cool, because at the end of the day, I do think Thea Hill is your underdog of your NXT that's just waiting, tick, 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 waiting to capture the moment. And I do think that she will. I think that she can. I agree with Rey Mysterio. All right. I really do. But yeah, the fact that she doesn't show this dynamic around Duke Hudson, but Duke has to be aware of it. Someone has to give at some point here, and I don't think you're going to have guidance counselor Tyler Bate mediating it.
No, hopefully she'll be able to pull out of whatever funk she is currently residing in as we go to the ring for a little bit of Tiffy time.
Why is her font in the Barbie font? Seriously?
She is a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, Noah. You know all about that, right? From British Invasion Karaoke Night.
Let's just
go check that out on demand if you did not see that.
Let's just listen to the champ. Good grief, in the pink satin, nonetheless. She is a living, walking Barbie girl. God help us. What, Mattel going to friggin' endorse her now? Give her a dream car and a dream house, pink as well?
Doesn't Mattel make the WWE action figures?
Damn it.
Just saying.
Damn it. As she talks about her accolades, of course, she did win a Good Rush.
Number one trending on the X, the social media app formerly known as the Tweeter, hashtag NXT Heatwave.
I still call it Twitter. What? Yeah, how could it get better according to the champ? I would not go that far as perfect champ, JJ. Let's be honest here.
I mean, she's been pretty flawless since becoming champion.
Damn.
Yes, she has tapped out more than once to Thea Hill in the ring. However, the referee cannot call what he does not see. So as far as her win-loss record goes, she is still flawless since becoming champ.
Fair enough. Better champion than Bailey? Than Asuka?
Yeah, I don't know about that. How long was Asuka NXT Women's Champion, sir?
That'd be 526 days undefeated.
So
Charlotte Flair.
She's got what? Maybe about 500 more to go.
Give or take.
475, maybe.
You do the math. Whoa. Well.
Ooh.
A certain toxic attraction former might have something to say about that.
Note the
Gigi
hat.
Dolan.
Note the hat. Yep. Representing.
I
Good to
noticed.
see Priscilla Kelly, Gigi Dolan coming out to the ring here.
Well, at this point, I think Gigi Dolan has finally gotten through her past. Jessie Jane is no more in the mirror. So all she sees in front of her now is the NXT Championship. And of course, the NXT Women's Championship, she was involved in that ladder match and came this close to winning it before Jessie Jane got involved.
I think I'm smelling what our No Mercy match may be here, Noah.
Honestly,
planting the seeds.
Honestly, I'm down for this. I'm actually down for this. Considering Gigi Dolan just got through that Kiana James business venture after being painted, literally. That's right. She tapped out. You did tap out. It's on the internet. Everyone knows about it. You tapped
Speaking
out.
of Kiana James.
Oh boy. Well, business party's gonna pick up. At least for
literally.
Her. Kiana James, former NXT Tag Team Champion.
Yep, shared the honors with Fallon Henley.
Why do I feel like this is going to be one of those things where you're just going to have another and another and another and another and another?
Well, I mean, to be fair, as much as I love Thea, that's really been the only competition that Tiffy has had since winning championship is Thea Hale. There is a laundry list of women in the locker room that haven't had their shot yet.
Uh-oh.
We see Blair Davenport now.
Okay, now this is getting interesting.
Maybe we'll end up with a little 6-pack challenge going on at No Mercy.
Well, I don't know if Blair Davenport really has any stock towards this match, considering she lost to Roxanne Perez at the Great American Bash. Although I will say it is different seeing her towards the championship versus Roxanne, but also weird. But I think that's good because, like you said, it means Roxanne isn't coming that. But I'm looking at the dynamic here. You have one face, 3 heels.
For now, I think we might start to get things evened out a little bit.
With who? Dana Brooke? Didn't Dana Brooke just lose the Blair Davenport, or am I confused with that match?
She might have. I might have missed that one. If I'm being completely honest, the last couple of weeks I've dozed off a little bit during my NXT because I've just been so exhausted. So I may have missed a thing or two.
Oh, boy.
We haven't had anybody else crash it since Blair came out, so maybe this is where we're going to stand here.
You know, I got to be honest. I could see Kiana James literally being a business partner with Tiffany Stratton just in look alone.
Definitely. Oh, no. Here comes somebody.
Oh, well, I spoke too soon.
The Prodigy is inserting herself into this.
As she should, whether you like it or not, because she is the former NXT Women's Champion, and she also beat Blair Davenport. So technically speaking, she has stock in this too.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
That's WrestleMania 22.
Well, still, I think that freaking Roxanne Perez could be so much larger than life if booked correctly. And so far, the booking's been.
Ooh.
Oh, well, Jay's not here, so I'll go ahead and say it. Cat fight! Cat fight! The freaking women's just tearing each other apart. The champion leaves the ring. I don't think you got a six-pack challenge on your hands, JJ. You got a five-way dance. Meanwhile,
go to some footage of Charlie Dempsey training. Drew Gulak watching on. Is that Damon Kemp he's in the ring with?
That is Damon Kemp, I believe. Oh, my! And Charlie Dempsey trapping that trainee in a sleeper hold. Again, for those that don't know, Charlie Dempsey, the son of one Lord Rigo. Just saying.
And we see the purple flames, which means that judgment is upon us, Noah.
Yeah, boy. And that also means mixed tag team action is about to take center stage at NXT Heatwave. And Wesley, as I look at that comment real quick, I gotta be honest. I think NXT at this point has overkilled ladder matches for the year. I'm just saying. What isn't overkill, apparently, are these two forces that have invaded NXT in Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. This is going to be interesting. I mean, you talked about earlier, JJ, Rhea Ripley already has plans waiting for her at Payback. She gets to take on Raquel Rodriguez, who, might I add, drove her out of NXT in the last women's standing match. And while Wesley is the longest reigning NXT North American champion, now former, Dominic Mysterio has now routed NXT and has literally, doesn't care about the brand, but has stolen the NXT North American Championship. And of course, you talk about the JD McDonough factor, and I believe it was JD McDonough that caused Judgment Day yesterday. Will there be another force outside this match that falls upon Judgment? Mixed tag team action's up next. It's Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley versus Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria next on NXT. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. What? Seriously.
Yes, sir. He makes his return September 1st to SmackDown.
And for those that don't know, and his name is John Cena! I swear, this guy's never going to retire.
See, but my $1 million question is this a one or two off appearance, or is he actually coming back for a run? That is what remains to be seen. If he's coming back for a run, could we be looking at number 17 in the near future? If he's coming back for a month, because they're announcing this, but they're also announcing him for the big India show that they're going to.
Okay, that makes sense.
So if it's maybe just for that, for like a little month to build up a storyline for that, probably not. Do we even want to see Cena as 17? Sound off in the comments, let us know. And once the tag team match, mixed tag match is over, we will throw up your comments on that one.
Yeah, definitely. So here's my simple stance on all of that. A long time ago, Ric Flair personally said to one Jon Stewart that cost John Cena a chance to become both World Heavyweight and United States Championship. Ric Flair says he would not mind if John Cena broke the record. He knows records are made to be broken, and if anyone should break it at this point, Ric Flair said the words John Cena. So I don't think your idea is too far-fetched. But that being said, the man's near 50 years old, JJ. And
that's fair.
And he already had.
But then to piggyback off of that real quick, I don't mean to step on you.
No, go ahead.
Do you have him dethrone Seth Rollins, who's in the middle of trying to establish this new World Heavyweight Championship? Do you have him defeat the Tribal Chief, the head of the table? Neither one of those seems like it makes a whole lot of sense at this point in time.
Completely agree.
So then you have to think, okay, if it's not going to happen by WrestleMania, is his run going to be that long? That's the key factor here, is how long of a run is he coming back for? If he's going to be back for, let's say, a year, then yeah, I could see it maybe post WrestleMania. Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, win it again. Okay. Because right now he doesn't fit in any of the storylines. You've still got the Rollins Balor stuff going down.
Right.
You've got Priest with the briefcase.
Right.
You've got Roman doing Roman things.
Whatever.
You've got the demise of the bloodline. You've got Cody Rhodes is still an X factor.
Right.
Again, you've got Priest with the briefcase.
Right.
You've got Gunther with this historic Intercontinental title reign, who's a odds-on favorite for the Royal Rumble. So
Right.
where does Cena fit in the picture?
Grayson Waller sub feud?
Which is great for Grayson Waller, but that doesn't get him in the title picture.
Well, considering the
And
only
we're back
title...
here
All right.
live with Ava Raine and these two schism branches that carried her to the back.
Did you notice the one on the left just looked both ways?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
And here comes Ivy Nile.
This is not going to end well. Wait a second.
It's the Creeds. I knew it.
What the hell?
I knew it.
Dynamite in full effect. What?
I knew it, Noah.
Whoa. Yeah, we called it. You talked about you did call those two, but we talked about it pre-show. We talked about it, so there you go. The Creeds with a way in next week, if accepted. We will get a steel cage match between the Creed Brothers and the Dyad, and if the Creed Brothers win, they are back in NXT. But what did they just do to Ava Raine?
As we take a look at Metaphor backstage celebrating Noam Dar's reclaiming of the Heritage Cup and a envelope being presented to him.
What
Got
the hell
Oro
is that?
Mensah opening it up, seeing what it is.
Star. Sure. Okay, so the Heritage Cup is still around to stay. Damn it, as they literally tarnish it with cheap ass champagne. I said what I said.
This is a tradition, though, for Cup championships. I mean, the Stanley Cup is been around since the early 1900s. I've heard of people drinking champagne out of it. I've heard of people eating cereal out of it.
Cereal?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
just a little bit of a nod to some tradition here as we see Dragon Lee now coming out for this mixed tag team match.
Doesn't get more traditional when it comes to Lucha Libre than Dragon Lee, I guarantee you that.
Again, Rhea Ripley and Dirty Dominic Mysterio already in the ring to represent the Judgment Day.
How does Judgment fall on a dragon and a rising Valkyrie as Lyra Valkyria makes her way to the ring? An individual at this point that I thought should have been NXT Women's Champion or NXT UK Women's Champion. An individual that has hung with the likes of the Final Boss and, of course, most recently, Rhea Ripley. And again, JJ, your NXT will be taking center stage on the bigger stage at the McCanns Bank Arena. NXT Premium Live event, folks, No Mercy, Saturday, December 30th. We will cover it here for you right here on the WWE Multiverse Media, so stay tuned for more on that.
I so want to go to that, but there's nobody else that wants to go to the show in California, and I don't want to go alone.
JJ, I'm going to speak to you as your friend and as also an individual fan. I walk alone in this world for a reason. It hasn't stopped me. If this is truly your passion, you want to do it, man, just freaking do it. I have no problem calling this solo for you, bro.
No, I know you don't, bro, but like for me, I love doing this stuff with other people.
Fair.
It's just one of those things. Like I feel weird going to stuff solo. With the exception of like a movie or something, but like live events like this, concerts, sporting events, wrestling shows, like it's always so much more fun to have somebody else with you. As the match begins, Dragon Lee and Dominic Mysterio starting things out.
Right,
Great collar and elbow tie up. Dom working Dragon Lee in the corner.
Oof. Dragon Lee with a good open palm strike, though, off the non-clean break. The double A takedown and the ground and pound by Dragon Lee. Again, no love lost here after Dominic Mysterio and Mommy made sure Dragon Lee did not leave with the NXT Championship. It's a cover. Bridge up. Cover again. Bridge up again. Oh, Dominic trying to add body weight to the cover. Meanwhile, Cazador roll through. Oh, nice reversal. Hook in the leg. And 1 count only. Quick start here between these two luchadors. Dominic Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Again, Dominic Mysterio successfully defended his NXT North American Championship also at the recent show, Great American Bash, against, what was it? I almost forgot about who the field was, but I remember one that got planned for a table. The rope through. Oh.
Landing right on Dom's shoulders there in the fireman's carry position.
Exactly. Oh, that's right. It was Wesley and Mustafa Ali. I should have known it was the Lee and Lee. Single leg kick miss. Big palm strike. Dom Mysterio. Oh! Caught with a drop kick. Again, it's one of those things right now where, like you said, JJ, Dom Mysterio originally wasn't in NXT, but now he's in NXT with Rhea Ripley. And we've seen the growth and evolution of this young man's character in and out of the ring. Speaking of which, Tad to somebody that literally held down this brand. It was black and gold, and that is Mommy Rhea Ripley wanting Lyra Valkyria. Can I get this one-on-one for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Just saying.
Be a hell of a match. Possibly something that they can work towards for No Mercy.
This is what Lyra wanted, right? Lyra wanted this after Rhea said, show me. And Lyra showed what she was capable of when she beat Jessie Jane. We got a side headlock here. Again, I said before, a fire has been woken inside Lyra Valkyria since Rhea Ripley intruded on this NXT and motivated her in a way, I would say, out of the corner, up and over. And right now, Lyra uses her speed to her advantage. Beautiful hip toss there. Uh-oh. Oof. I thought she was going to hook her up for a riptide for a moment. Oh, wait a minute. Cazadora. Go for the bulldog counter. Up and over. Lands on her feet. Pushes Rhea off the ropes. Oh, good shoulder tackle. Again, JJ, we talked about Rhea Ripley. Mommy. Whatever you want to call her. Again, Rhea Ripley, young Grand Slam champion, NXT UK champion, NXT Women's champion, NXT Tag Team. Oh, my gosh. Almost took her head off with that spinning heel kick. Tag Team champion. Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, and now the WWE Women's Heavyweight Champion, as I think our life just flashed before our eyes off that kick exchange with Lyra.
Yeah, Mommy is definitely a specimen. I just love watching her in the ring, and you can tell that she has been working with Dom in private. And for our viewers, get your heads out of the gutter. I'm not talking like that, because her being in Dom's corner and doing these type of matches with him has just helped him improve infinitely.
And Mommy showing her strength for the vertical, and Lyra bounding out of it though. Oh man, Meacham. Oh,
smacking the taste out of Mommy's mouth.
Oh, Mama said knock you out. Ooh. Look at this match. I'm loving this match right here. This should have just been the women's match tonight, if I'm being honest. I'm all for this. Look at the
slow burn, Noah. Slow burn.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, wait a minute. The escape out the back door. The roll through. Oh, I could not hold on to the cover. And Rhea makes her way to the outside of the ring. And meanwhile, Dominic Mysterio. Dominic, you are a stupid young boy if you try and mess with Lyra Valkyria. Okay, Dragon Lee has no problem coming into it. So for kicking the man's teeth out. Oh, that was long overdue. That was long freaking overdue. Don't care what you tell me. And Lyra off the rope. Nice crossbody catches Dominic. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh, the messy Rana takeover. Wait a minute. Is Dom legal or is who's legal? Dragon Lee and Lyra looking to fly together here. What the hell?
I think Lyra and Rhea are still technically legal because there was no tag.
Nice over the top offense with the drop kick between the ropes. Lyra and Dragon Lee in control right now. Will they continue to hold momentum? Stay tuned for NXT Heatwave. Picture in picture. All right. Whew. Ufa and Fuego. And I'm not talking about this Love Island bullcrap that USA is promoting. Again, I hate TV.
Let's
Let's
we'll
go
go through
ahead.
some of these comments here. Like I asked about Cena. Matthew says he'd rather see Cena with 17 over Charlotte.
Charlotte's going to do it first.
Wesley says, who do you see dethroning Dominic as North American champion?
JJ.
Right now, I'm going to say Dragon Lee, but I honestly feel that if he can keep the momentum building that he showed in his earlier match today in the Curtain Jerker, don't be surprised if it's Trick Williams.
Yeah, I think Trick Williams is a sleeper card right now for a mid-carder on the rise after what we saw tonight. Woo.
Daniel says 17 title reigns, little too late for me. I can kind of agree with you there. Like I said, it just doesn't make sense to insert him just yet. DJ Mudkeen says, first things first, happy birthday, JJ. Thank you very much. Doesn't it make more sense for Cena to win the IC first, get that Grand Slam?
Exactly.
No.
What?
No, because you don't want him dethroning Gunther.
No, of course not. Wait. Hold on. Time out. I'm calling a play here. I'm challenging the play. Are you saying that you think Gunther is going to go into WrestleMania as Intercontinental Champion?
It's very possible. It hasn't really been done, I don't think, since Ultimate Warrior.
I can't recall since then.
You know, just imagine Gunther Intercontinental Champion versus Seth freaking Rollins World Champion, title for title.
Yeah, literally WrestleMania
Gunther
callback.
takes away the world title, relinquishes the IC title, having never been defeated for it, put it up in a tournament, and maybe have either Chad Gable or even Ludwig Kaiser pick up the belt in a tournament, just continuing to establish some dominance and some meaning to that championship. Nobody defeated him for it.
Keith Lee did the same thing when he unified the NXT North American Championships at Great American Bash during the Black and Gold Post Network era. And the NXT North American Championship was then contested in a ladder match with the ladder match participants that qualified. So I could definitely see that to your point. So
Matthew says called it. Wesley says, who called Creed Brothers return tonight? That was me, good sir.
Him, the JJ. And now we got the women picking up speed in the ring. As well, again, I'm sure people are like, what's going on in the ring? Is mommy playing? Yes, she is.
Are we back from commercial yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So I'm just looking at the restaurant quality picture in picture, but hey, Lyra's on my screen, and Lyra's legitimate better.
I'll keep going through this then while we're on commercial.
I just wanted
Daniel
to
says, if Cena is going for 17, he should have done it last year at Money in the Bank. Disagree.
Completely disagree.
DJ Mudkeen, Cena's a great storyteller, and a story with Gunther would be huge for both. That I agree with, but he doesn't need to defeat Gunther. He needs to put Gunther over.
In other words, don't do Rusev. When Rusev got the first win, then Rusev lost at WrestleMania, the United States Championship, as we are back at NXT Heatwave here. And we'll continue these comments on the next picture-in-picture or post-match. Good stuff, folks. And good stuff here in these four competitors. Again, JJ, this NXT Heatwave. Mixed tag team action here. It is Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley of the Judgment Day versus Lyra Valkyria and Dragon Lee. And Rhea Ripley right now with a body lock for legs.
Rhea Ripley's got Lyra Valkyria in a maneuver that I know a lot of the male fans wish that they could be in with her.
For all the wrong reasons, but I digress.
Depends on how you look at it, good sir.
Good Lord Almighty. Some people are sick misogynists, is all I'm going to say. It's a cover reversal pressure again, gets a 1 count. And still to come tonight, Von Wagner, whoever that is, takes on Baron Corbin. Of course, our main event where Camille Hayes defends the NXT Championship against Wes Lee. And after that confrontation earlier, I wonder how close the Dragunov will be.
I'm a little bit surprised that they're putting Von Wagner versus Baron Corbin on so late. I thought that this match right here would be our semi-main event.
Same, absolutely, same. Maybe. Do you think it'll go longer than Ivy Nile and Ava Raine?
I don't know. Based on how much time is left, I doubt it.
I don't think they did an overrun here on USA Network. Just gonna put that for a record. And
they sometimes get a 5 to 10 minute overrun,
yeah,
but not by much. Ooh, Valkyria just laying those forearms and those elbows into Mommy's face.
Those bare elbows right on the side of Mommy's jaw. Oh, there's a boot to the midsection to take Lyra off her feet. Big old kick and a stomp. Oh,
Ooh, face first into the knee.
Yeah, need a face. And might be looking to hook her up. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, what the hell is this?
Sheer strength and power of Mommy.
The transition! And the stalling vertical suplex. Cover. Very lackadaisical cover. Didn't have no body weight on there.
Flexing and blowing a kiss while she pinned.
That's confidence right there, but there's such a thing as overconfidence. Take a look at this show.
Yeah, I was going to say, JJ. That's arrogance. That's not confidence.
Yeah. Arrogance, confidence. For Rhea Ripley, they might as well mean the same thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oof.
I mean, if I had the strength of Rhea Ripley, I'd probably be that arrogant too.
And so, suck it to Dragon Lee, courtesy of Rhea Ripley. Damn.
And how many men would line up for that opportunity?
JJ! Do not become a James. Do not make me say my phrase. JJ!
It is my birthday, damn it.
All right, fine. Then you deserve this.
Damn
it, JJ! You freaking idiot!
And I'm just being honest, Noah. I'm not saying I'm rushing to the head of that line. I'm just saying how many men out there would line up for that opportunity.
Unfortunately,
let's be real.
Yeah, I'm aware of the society that we live in. And once again,
you're going for it again.
They go for the well one too many times. They countered a DDT.
Yeah, you had to know a counter was coming, going for the same maneuver that quickly.
Well, again, we talked about before, how much is Rhea Ripley trying to prove Lyra, all right? Wants Lyra to prove her something. I think Lyra's proven more than her work tonight in this mixed tag team match. Again,
definitely.
The women are
Dragon Lee clamoring for that hot tag, but Mommy still has Lyra Valkyria prone position here, dominating her.
Oh, you say that for the moment. Whoop, went for the boot, misses, and Lyra. Oh!
Roundhouse kick. Dom gets the tag on Mommy there.
That's a knockout shot right there, JJ. She's lucky she wasn't involved in the covers. We got tagged Dragon Lee finally, and the men picking up speed here, quite literally. Again, this heated mixed tag confrontation as Dragon Lee squares up against Mysterio, takes him over the tiaras. And Dragon Lee following up now. Uh-oh. And Dragon Lee. Oh, the Dragon Screw Leg Whip. Damn, that move has to suck.
Yeah, Dragon Lee with the Dragon Screw.
How fitting. I didn't think I was going to call that tonight.
Now we just need him to break out the Dragon Dagger and summon the Dragon Zord.
How about that dagger in the back and the cover, hook in the leg, and a 2 count.
It is Power Month after all.
And please follow the newest affiliate, the Multiverse of Mia.Tilla, and stay tuned always for her Rangers content and wrestling reviews. There's a roll up, deep stack, the roll for up. I was going to try to go for a matchbook cover there. There's a knee in the midsection, a body shot by Dominic Mysterio. Again, Dirty Dom will do what he needs to win. Drop toe, you've got to be kidding
dial
me.
Operator.
No way.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please hang up and try again.
And meanwhile, up and over. Planted out powerbomb cover. Careful to win. Rhea saves the match.
Mommy at the opportune moment.
Lyra
Valkyria just throwing her to the outside.
Yeah, Mommy saves her boy. Meanwhile, Lyra caught by Rhea. Uh-oh. Oh, the power.
That's going to go into the barricade. Yep. Saw that coming a mile away, and Mommy just laughs.
For whom the bell tolls with that pendulum swing into the barricade for Lyra.
And speaking of for whom the bell tolls. Oh, is that
what
Raquel?
The hell?
It's Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's Raquel Rodriguez. We're literally going back to where NXT used to begin with these two. Like I said, these two fought each other to a last woman standing match. That exile remake from NXT. Now, Dragon Lee picked up speed as we got the 2 legal men still in the ring. This became a 1-1 contest. Up and over. The cover 2. Dragon Lee wins.
Dragon Lee just pinned the North American champion. You got to think that's going to catapult him up in contendership.
I would call that an upset, and absolutely, JJ, it should be an after effect. Wow, Judgment Day falls short. Justice served, courtesy of Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria, with an assessed run-in by Raquel Rodriguez, probably running back Rhea Ripley to Monday Night Raw as we're speaking. What a match, though.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great match, and the surprise of Raquel Rodriguez there to help further their storyline coming soon at Payback, as you alluded to earlier. Go backstage, we see him, Carmelo Hayes, and Trick Williams in the locker room.
You know that Carmelo Hayes has to be impressed with what Trick did.
Absolutely.
Okay, you think about how well those two work together as a duo. You wonder, you see the title between them. Could this be a future match, JJ?
I definitely think it could happen in the very near future. Probably not, but is this something that we could get a slow burn to? Maybe Stand and Deliver next year? Absolutely.
How fitting to see
Again,
it.
you think about it next year, Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. These two have been like brothers in NXT, the way they've ran. You look at Trick grabbing the belt, kind of admiring it for a minute before handing it to Mello.
Can't major respect with these two that have been together since day one, but Trick Williams claimed his moment tonight. Meanwhile, we go backstage again.
Tiffy time again.
On her phone. She's got more mentions than Grayson Waller. Becky Lynch was never NXT Women's Champion. Nope. Maybe big time.
Did a little bit of digging. I don't know if you know this, Noah. Tiffany Stratton, the real life girlfriend of one Ludwig Kaiser.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll be darned. Good for them. I will say this about Tiffany Stratton when it comes to her self-appeal. She truly believes she is better than anything that has come past here. Call them Tiffy wannabes. So Roxanne, first Gigi, first Kiana, first Blair, Fatal 4-Way, winner match, faces her for the title.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
And I'm guessing that title match would have to be at No Mercy. It makes sense.
Yeah, definitely going to have the contendership here in the next couple of weeks. Maybe not next week, maybe the week after. But coming up next, it's going to be Von Wagner and his Cinderella story versus Baron Corbin.
Burn the ships.
As we take a look at the upcoming documentary on the Peacock Network of one Olympic gold medalist who won his medal with a broken freaking neck, Kurt Angle.
I'm just going to say this for the record right now. If you do not rate this guy in your own system in any way as one of the greatest sports entertainers / pro wrestlers of this industry, you are freaking stupid beyond belief and uneducated.
See, going back to the comments, we got Daniel saying
Dragon
Lee will be the one takes the North American Championship from Dirty Dom. Absolutely, could very well be.
He's the best candidate right now, especially just off that. And I don't think he's going to want payback. Dirty Dom will want payback, but it's a possibility.
Josh with the happy birthday lyrics in the chat. Thank you very much, good sir. You're a little bit late. We had the boss man pop in a little bit earlier with 2/5 of the Paradise Kitties, Jenna and Ariel, who actually serenaded me live on the air.
That was freaking awesome.
Josh saying, don't mess with mommy. Absolutely. Never mess with mommy.
Hey, I'm just going to say this for the record. How long have we been saying that she needed to lose her smile? I didn't see no smile from Raquel Rodriguez. That is the badass I want to see beat the living daylights out of mommy. Give me these badasses in their true form at Payback.
Yeah.
That's something I will buy into. Anyway.
Absolutely. DJ Mudkeen saying, going back to the Cena, that he needs the Grand Slam, though. I don't think he does.
I don't think so either.
I think John Cena is one of those competitors who's on that other level. You think about a guy like Brock Lesnar, has never held anything other than a world championship in WWE. He's never been IC, never been US, never been tag. Granted, no VW, he held the tag straps with Shelton Benjamin, but that was in developmental. That wasn't on the main roster. Cena doesn't need the Grand Slam. He has got enough accolades that if he doesn't get the Intercontinental title, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. And how are the fans going to react, Mudkeen, if Cena gets the Grand Slam, but with all the rivalry that we've had with Gunther and Sheamus wasn't able to, and he's a full-timer.
I was about to ask, what about Sheamus? Does Sheamus not deserve the Grand Slam, or should he get the Grand Slam?
I think Sheamus deserves it more than Cena, but I don't think Sheamus needs it either, if I'm being honest.
It's weird. It's really weird when you think about it. Sylvie nobody wants to acknowledge Roman Reigns is blah, 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 blah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. As soon as I saw Roman Reigns, I just went blah, 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 blah. Universal Champion needs to be blah, 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 blah. That's got, well, yeah, hubris. Your hubris could be your downfall. And Josh was very happy. I was happy too. I gotta be honest, I did not expect that tonight. I really didn't. I thought she was gonna save this for Monday Night Raw or freaking did that last night. Possibly.
That's definitely not gonna happen.
What? No.
And I'm not going to put your comment up, Wesley, about Josh's comment, but just know that I'm on another screen while I'm doing commentary. That's why we come back to these during the commercial breaks.
Well, we try to keep people informed and in tune and engaged with the action, but also give our own simple takes on what we think. And that's part of the fun of the Championship Live Watch on events. Let's see. Heard that Green Candle took Green Raiders' powers, but I never heard of the Judgment Day candle will break the Judgment Day.
That would be a purple candle.
Yeah, but who puts the fuse out?
I would say Tiffany, probably.
I mean, hey. Well, anyway, as we get ready to get back to in-ring action, don't forget, folks, stay tuned for our coverage next year of the craziest week of the year as we go to WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Lincoln Financial Field, April 6th and April 7th. And stay tuned also on our way there. We will cover every WrestleMania exclusively for the members. You were talking about Thea Hale earlier. Let's go back to last week, JJ. Last week, Thea Hale was in singles action, and you saw that Andre was trying to do the right thing, but Jesse Jane took advantage and rode up Thea Hale for the win.
Yeah, it was very disappointing, man. I hate to see Thea Hale take those L's that way, but it is what it is. It's all for character growth. I don't know. Do you know about the app Cameo where you can get celebrities to send you video greetings?
I've heard of it, yes.
I was this close last night to pulling the trigger for one from Thea Hale and having her send me a birthday greeting. I just couldn't justify the $85 it was going to cost me, though. But I was that close, Noah, so that we would have a video from Thea Hale on NXT Heatwave today.
That'd be hilarious. Oh, wait, what the heck's happening here?
Possibly a little mutual respect.
People like JJ, this might be a little bit far-fetched, but I think we just saw the idea of another women's tag team on hand.
You know, JC Jane was best in the tag team with Gigi Dolan. For her to get back to the tag team roots, I think would just be amazing. As this match is already underway.
I'm a little disappointed because I was hoping to hear that Baron Corbin theme because I like that theme as he's driven Von Wagner into steel steps. And you were wondering how long this match was going to be. Well, I think you're getting your answer, JJ. Not very long at all as the bell has not rung yet, I think. Good grief. And Baron Corbin off the apron.
Ring, clothesline to Von Wagner.
Von Wagner's not even out of his jacket yet. But now he is. Oh, man. Driven side first in the apron. Again, we talked about, though, Baron Corbin is bringing something out of Von Wagner we probably haven't seen in a while, even though people still probably don't know who the hell Von Wagner is. You even talked about those video packages about one of these two earlier. That really gave a more in-depth look. Oh! Whoop, counter.
And to your point, Von Wagner is bringing something out of Baron Corbin we haven't seen in a long time either. This animalistic side of Corbin. You know, you think about the bum-ass Corbin, the sad Corbin, happy Corbin. It's been a while since we've seen this kind of fire, drive, and determination out of Baron Corbin.
Well, again, Baron Corbin said that he's not here for the people or for NXT. He's here for himself, and he is here to burn ships, burn down everything that was him and literally building himself from the ashes. And these two men still squaring. I don't think a bell has rung here yet, by the way.
No, not yet. And I'm starting to wonder if one is even gonna run, or if they're just gonna end up throwing this out.
Well, I guess this isn't as bad
You
as
see
one
the
was able-
referee following Von Wagner, trying to get some kind of order here.
You know, I'm glad that I'm home at my glass table because I think the announce table is about to become a friggin' accessory.
Was wondering when it was gonna happen. They've been away from the announce table all night.
Backdrop suplex on the floor by Baron Corbin. And now has his hands on Robert Stone. Uh-oh. And Robert Stone now. Oh! Corbin caught off guard there.
Ooh, big boot, test style.
I'm about to say, that is definitely a big boot in the highest. I literally get shades of test from Von Wagner just from that boot alone, if I'm being honest with you.
Shades of the late great test.
Yeah, but he didn't do a whole lot, unfortunately. And Von Wagner.
Oh, Jesus. Braun Breaker with the
Jesus
spear
Christ!
out of nowhere.
With the best spear in the business, says his tank top, broke Von Wagner in half. 0 to 100. That was a fucking fireball, JJ. Jesus.
Speaking of fireball, I may give me a shot of that a little bit later in time for the main event.
Cheers to you. What the hell?
And I don't know if I agree with that being the best spear in the business.
Yeah.
And that is it. We go backstage to Joe Gacy and the Dyad, the Schism, Ava Rainless, as she is still caught up with the Creeds and Ivy Nile.
And Joe Gacy does not look happy.
Does he ever, though, really? He looks deranged. He looks crazy. Right now, he looks angry, but does he ever look happy?
Answer, no. Looks like they will agree.
And you got to give some props to the grizzled young veterans here, you know, even knowing that they were denied their release, even knowing that that date is around the corner, they are still putting their everything into this storyline and the angle. That's some true professionalism there.
Well, we're going to see who's truly a professional, who's truly worth being called NXT champion. It's been a wild night here at NXT Heatwave. Emotions running high, tempers flaring. But now it is time to prepare for our main event. NXT Championship on the line, folks, as we will see if Wes Lee can overcome him. Carmelo Hayes defend the gold. That is next. Well, first off, damn, Braun Breaker. That spear was ridiculous, though. I'm not going to lie. Definitely not the best spear in the business, but that was a ridiculous-ass spear. And Thea Hill, one of those little students, kind of finding her way, perky, happy for most of the time, but then, you know, kind of fell a little bit short. You might start running with the wrong crowd, and it might lead to a different demeanor, maybe different results. I almost wonder if Thea Hill is going to drop out of Chase U.
That's a fair assessment. You know, I think her and JC as a tag team would be a good thing. Toxic Attraction 2.0, no.
No, definitely not. No.
Thea is attractive. I love Thea to death, but she doesn't have the same kind of arrogance about her that Toxic Attraction did. And that's not to say that she can't pull that out of herself, but you think about the presentation of Mandy, Gigi, and JC.
Oh Lord!
And the closest thing I think that you could get to a Toxic Attraction 2.0 right now in NXT would be Tiffany Stratton. She very well could fill that Mandy role.
Honestly, though, Tiffany Stratton might as well recreate the beautiful people. I mean, she's pink, sparkly, and stunning. So there you go.
And like I said, WWE action figures made by Mattel. So,
damn it. I do. Damn it. I do understand what you're saying, but it doesn't mean that again, Jessie Jane can't bring out an attitude in Thea Hill. I think Thea Hill might demonstrate something here. We'll see what this leads to.
That's absolutely fair, but I mean, I've seen quite a few people turn over a new side to them that I never thought I'd see before.
Right.
I think about when Spike Dudley became the boss of the Dudley Boys.
I still can't believe that.
Think about when Shane Helms ditched the Hurricane and became Gregory Helms, the longest reigning cruiserweight champion.
Yep.
It's like, after all those years of being the Hurricane, I didn't see that coming. And for a while, I didn't believe it.
Right?
Eventually, I did, but I didn't for a while. Shannon Moore, you think about how he went from 3 count to the Mattitude follower to go into TNA and doing
Ink,
the
ink.
dilly gaff, you know.
Ink. Yep.
Whoa, what the hell? Where did that come from, you know?
I mean,
So, I
weird
mean,
things
it
happen.
does happen. It
It
does
doesn't
happen.
matter. It doesn't matter if it will happen. Not so much that it can't or can happen. The result versus the possible premise. So I get what you're saying. Let's see what we got here. I'd rather see a heel tag team of court. Where is Cora Jade anyway?
Cora Jade took her leave for a while from NXT, and images emerged on her Instagram yesterday where she has been surgically enhanced, we'll say.
Oh Lord.
And people have actually been pointing out the fact that when Tiffany Stratton got enhanced, she then became NXT Women's Champion and got this monster push. Could we see something similar for Cora? I mean, she is Braun Breaker's girlfriend, and they haven't really pushed her the same way that they have Braun. I'm still waiting for them, now that they are both heel, to be this McMahon Helmsley era type of power couple on my NXT.
So Tiffany Stratton is literally wrapped in plastic. Okay, duly noted. Well, I guess
It's
you do what you gotta-
fantastic, apparently. Once
yeah,
again,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
missed Noah doing Barbie Girl on an open mic night, go to the archives and check that out. As well as him and Jeff doing Wannabe by the Spice Girls.
I am so sorry, by the way, again, Caitlin. Anyway, let's go back to last week. As we saw last week in number one contendership, Wesley was able to once again overcome Dijak and his street justice, but it didn't come without help. As Dijak, of course, right now looks to deal justice to one Eddie Thorpe. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Dijak's mad.
And much like the main roster, the year that I've really been following this, I've noticed that you've got your A and your B players. You've got your people you see every single week, and then you got your people that you see maybe every other week. Ooh.
Oh. Wait,
Ooh.
yet. I haven't been NXT Women's Champion, yet. Hold the phone, Becky. Hold the phone.
That would be an interesting No Mercy match. I'm just saying. And it looks like next week we're going to get that number one contenders match.
Yep, you got Women's Championship No Contender Fatal 4-Way. Roxanne Perez, Kiana James, Blair Davenport, and Gigi Dolan. The winner of that match will get a chance to go up against Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's Championship. And it has been made official. The Creepers versus the Dyad one last time in a steel cage next week. And if the Creepers win, they are reinstated in NXT. And of course, as we learned earlier, there is a Global Heritage Invitational, an 8-man tournament who the winner will get to face Nolan Dar for the Heritage Cup at NXT No Mercy. I pray to God that somebody takes that cup off that man at that show. But before we get there, let's go back inside on the west side of things. As JJ, it's been fun. It's been a wonderful birthday time with you. And now it is time for your NXT to stand and deliver here at Heatwave. And it is time for our NXT Championship main event.
We got the challenger, Wesley, coming out to the ring there, throwing up his W, representing the west side, as you say.
That's a symbol I will put up. Straight out there in Ohio. Ohio represent the former long-reigning NXT North American champion, the Cardiac Kid with no rest. Looking to now see if he can overcome him and claim the greatest prize in this brand, the NXT Championship. He definitely is more than capable, but can he shoot the shot and not miss? Or is this simply, once again, nothing but net? And think about this, JJ. If Wesley wins this, he becomes a Triple Crown champion. He's been tag champ. He's been North American champ. The only thing he hasn't been is NXT World Champ.
That's very true, very true. But I mean, to be fair, the NXT World Championship has been dominated the past 2 years by Braun Breaker and now Carmelo Hayes.
It looks like Carmelo Hayes has a jersey with Wesley's name on it, and he's ready to put it in flames. And you see Wesley right now boiling. We're going to quench that fire of Wesley tonight.
There's only I, and I am him.
And he is our NXT champion. And Melo, don't miss. Carmelo Hayes has arrived.
You know what? This is the NXT theme song that I would like to see you do if we can get the donations.
I don't even know the words of this madness, man.
This is probably the best theme song in my NXT right now. That beat is insane. The lyrics get you hype and ready for battle.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue your logic there because, again, he doesn't miss. He is one of one. He is him. He is Carmelo Hayes. He is the center stage. He is the standard right now. He is the face of NXT. He is the NXT championship. And he has more than enough proven why he has deserved not only to go after this title, but claim it against the former longest reigning champion, Braun Breaker. Let's go down to Alicia Taylor. Almost said the wrong name. For introductions. Alicia Taylor knows how to bang those drums and set the mood. For those that don't know, Alicia Taylor is the one that does the drums for Zoe Stark's fame.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like she tries too hard to be Samantha Irvin.
Yeah, got a bit of attitude with her entrances. I do see what you mean, though. But you got to have some sort of pump and circumstance, especially for an intro like this. Well, James isn't here, but JJ, this is your NXT. Happy birthday, my friend. Title's up for grabs. You know what to do.
Yes, sir. As the referee raises the bell in the air, this contest for the NXT Heavyweight Championship. The champion, Carmelo Hayes, him, Melo don't miss, defending against Wesley. And here we go.
Main event, folks. Use the hashtag NXT Championship. We got to call the time to kick things off here. This is our main event of NXT Heatwave. First time ever one-on-one, Wesley versus Carmelo Hayes for the NXT Championship. Ooh, for a kick immediately. There's a roll through.
Both men have their opponents well scouted so far, ducking a lot of offense here.
I mean, you consider Wesley and Carmelo Hayes, they both have been around pretty much the entire duration of your NXT. Ooh. Whoa. Nice forward kick. Again, Carmelo Hayes scouted that. And both of these men right now just trying to pick a limb and hit the shot. Stalemate in the early going.
This is giving me RVD Jerry Lynn vibes.
Bar none. I admit that was a good exchange. Good kickoff here.
Two physical specimens, two athletic young men,
okay.
Two men who you could very easily consider the future of WWE wrestling.
And Carmelo Hayes is like, all right, I see you. With that quick little attempt for a decision there by Wesley. Again, Wesley, he literally took on the world's NXT North American Championship. Survived 5-way encounters. Won it in a ladder match. Took on all comers. Meanwhile, Carmelo Hayes, he raised the game with the NXT North American Championship. Oh! That Wesley took from Carmelo Hayes under a multi-man circumstance. And Carmelo Hayes lost to Wesley in a one-on-one rematch. What a stage Spanish fly. Good grief. NXT title on the line in the early going right now. Neither man in the driver's seat. Stay tuned as we keep up with the action for you. And Wrestler Clay, picture in picture. Good Lord. Just freaking recoiled him into that freaking walk in, the standing Spanish fly. Again, JJ, Wesley won the NXT North American Championship under multi-person circumstance. But when Carmelo Hayes finally got his one-on-one rematch, Wesley was able to win. Could this be Wesley's arrival here at NXT Heatwave? Or is the heat still on Carmelo Hayes to hold the greatest prize in your friend? Here's the cover, hook of the leg, and a 1 count. Go ahead.
I honestly feel like Carmelo is going to walk out with this one. I definitely see Wesley as a young man who could be champion, but Carmelo is too hot right now.
Oh,
I think my NXT needs to kind of make a tradition of without trying to be too predictable in title changes in and around Stand and Deliver.
Well,
Give these guys a good year, almost year run with the belts instead of just quick title changes. Yeah.
I got you.
We discussed this on open mic night and how lengthy title runs are like a thing again, and it's a beautiful thing because we're getting championships that matter. Excuse me, it wasn't open mic night, it was on the No DQ review. Botch.
Yep.
But we're getting these title reigns that actually matter for something and make the titles mean something. You don't want to go back to the days of hot-shotting these titles like the AEW TNT Championship, just as an example.
Well, Darby Allin even admits that this title has lost prestige, has lost identity, has lost legitimacy, because it's become a hot potato. Darby Allin Lee has echoed yours and every fan's sentiments. He wants to restore value to the TNT Championship, which is why I'm pulling for him at AEW All Out. Stay tuned for our coverage post for All Out and net breaker here on the WWE Multiverse media, by the way, too, these upcoming weekends. And here's the cover by Wesley, hook of the leg, and a 2 count. And we go back to talk about championships. We always say it. It's not the championship that makes the champion. It's the champion that makes the championship. And whether or not it's about the amount of defenses you have or the legacy you leave with it, it really comes down to subjective fan meaning. But I look at the NXT North American Championship. I would say the greater champion for that title, since I've seen it, was Leslie. Now, as far as the NXT Championship, that has much more history. I'm talking about men that held it like Kevin Owens, like Finn Balor, like Samoa Joe, and to make more things recent, in your NXT, of course, actually the only one in your NXT for that matter, damn it, that wasn't Dolph Ziggler, Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a pedigree for Carmelo Hayes to live up to, and one for Wesley to arrive to. Oof.
And you think about how the North American title has kind of been the Intercontinental Championship for NXT. You think about Carmelo Hayes and his runs as North American champion and how it catapulted him to the main event, defeating Braun Breaker at Stand and Deliver earlier this year, WrestleMania weekend. You think about Wes Lee and how he's now here in the main event challenging Carmelo Hayes. Again, is it his opportunity? Is it his time to dethrone him? I don't think so, but that doesn't mean that his day in the spotlight won't come in 2, 3, 4 months.
Doesn't mean his flame will be extinguished either after tonight, as this is his first main event chance in the NXT North American Championship. Carmelo Hayes is very familiar, though, underneath these lights. Like you said, he won it back at Stand and Deliver. Has been a fighting champion since. Only so far defended against Braun Breaker, Grayson Waller, but he survived Ilya Dragunov. That truly shows the testament how he has arrived to become NXT champions. Both these men right now are just squaring out in the middle of the ring. Get to the midsection by Carmelo, up kick. Big shot. Wesley still on his feet, though, falls in with one of his own. And we know what these two men are capable of and the heart and the will that they will show. There's a reason why Wesley's called the Cardiac Kid. Carmelo Hayes up and over, takes him down with a clothesline. And hand drop. Oof. And that's not in Ohio, folks, as far as I know. Irish whip. Carmelo Hayes just throwing himself at his opponent. Constant offense with the super kick. Falls in the cover. Hook of the leg. And to retain. That was a 2 count only. Woof. You see Carmelo Hayes right now. Maybe a little bit winded. Maybe a little bit surprised. And again, also, let's put this in perspective, JJ. This is the first time we're seeing Carmelo Hayes defend the title without Trick Williams as backup.
That's another fair point. Wes Lee's been running solo for a minute, but Carmelo has always had Trick at his side. The diesel to his Shawn Michaels, if you will.
Yeah, he wasn't just a hype man. He was also difference maker, inadvertent or not, on multiple occasions.
So this is going to be an interesting test for Melo to see if he can do this on his own.
Oof.
Nice knee to the dome as Wesley transitioned over.
He looked for that clothesline. Oh, got caught with a running Meteora. And a deep hook of both legs. New champion. No,
not enough.
Woof.
Wesley cannot allow himself to get frustrated, though. He needs to stay on top and not let his emotions get the better of him.
Oh! And he scouted that one, catching Carmelo Hayes with that super kick. Was he looking to hook him up here? Oh! Landed him. Didn't go for the cover, though. Looking to add more offense. Up to the high risk district. Wesley looking to fly tonight. NXT Heatwave. That's what made him a champion in the first place, too. Oh!
No.
That was so close.
2 3/4.
Look at this, JJ. Look at this. The rotation. That corkscrew splash of sorts. Or tornado splash, honestly.
It's what got him the #1 contendership.
With how many revolutions he got on the way down. He also has retained the NXT North American Championship in the past with that move. Again, we've seen Wesley overcome Ilya Dragunov, Dragon Lee, Axiom, Nathan Frazier, just to name a few people during his illustrious reign as North American Champion. Again, to continue to grow in this business, you have to challenge yourself to be better. You can't be content. And Wesley looking for that cardiac kick. Carmelo Hayes got it, though. Up and over. The front headlock. Taking him. Oh! Drop down face first. What's Hayes looking for here?
Kind of a cutter style maneuver into a code breaker.
That was a straight up lug blower. Cover 2. Code breaker. Ooh! 2.5. Again, the pressure put on the champion to not only shine, but deliver in the moment. How far are you willing to go to keep your prize? And right now he's going to the outside of the ring. This is a bit, I'm not sure how wise this is. Again, that table has almost was used a little earlier. Table has not been used at all here yet.
Which is surprising when you really think about it. And as far as how wise is this going to the outside?
Rain boy off the second. Good God!
You got to think, Noah, that Carmelo can't lose his title on the outside.
That's true.
So it's actually very smart as a champion to take the action out there. Wesley's got to weaken him and then get him back in the ring.
Carmelo Hayes just weakened Wesley with that freaking springboard strike, planting his body into Wesley through the damn announce table. But he's got to bring him back inside the ring to pin him. I think there's the pride of the champion, JJ. I don't think many champions want a count out because it doesn't really prove anything. And even the opponent can use that against them to garner maybe a rematch. At the end of the day, yes, you're trying to retain the championship, but you are also trying to beat your opponent. Cardiac kick connects! That's it! That's it! Hit me pissed.
Nope. Melo rolled right past him into the outside.
Oh, man.
Brilliant strategy. Great ring awareness by the champ. Melo not letting him get any advantage, not letting him go for the pinfall after kneeling the cardiac kick.
And Wesley knows it, and he's furious. I do want to say, by the way, Carmelo Hayes rolled his way a different... Oh, my God!
See, and he missed. He let his emotions get the better of him, like I was talking about a few minutes ago. Went for broke, and he crashed and burned.
Literally.
Now he is prone for Melo to attack.
Do you see the way that barricade is buckled back, JJ?
Mm-hmm.
He went head first into it.
I know.
Now will Carmelo Hayes take the count out, as I was talking about earlier? The pride of the champion, the will to win or the will to survive. What is greater for Carmelo Hayes? How does him want to beat Wesley, as Wesley might be answering that for him, and Carmelo Hayes can't believe it?
Nope. Melo looking at him like, why don't you just stay down? Fight another day, bro. You've had a valiant showing.
Oh, God! Nothing but net, as you say that, JJ.
1, 2, 3.
Carmelo Hayes retains the NXT Championship. Damn. I will say this about Wesley. You did talk about that earlier, perseverance for another day. You don't know how often these opportunities come. It was his first. He doesn't know when he might do it again. And you only get one chance at a first impression. For his first chance at the NXT Championship, Wesley came out and show out. But once again, folks, we always say it, Melo, don't miss. As NXT continues to burn bright in his life, as he is still our NXT champion. And with that being said, we put out the flames on this special live watch along event tonight. On behalf of the birthday boy, the Renegade JJ Williams, I'm the Seminole Foster. Thank you for tuning in to our coverage of NXT Heatwave.
Yes, sir. And we're going to do just a few quick plugs here before we let you guys go. Walter joined in, said, hey guys, happy birthday, JJ. Thank you very much. Wesley asked, do we know when the predictions for All in London will be? And as a matter of fact, sir, I do know. First and foremost, you've got the No DQ predictions, which will be this Thursday at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yes, we can go.
And then come Friday, you'll be able to join the Simple Man of the Simple brand as he hosts Simply Predicting at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, discussing All in London.
For the biggest event in wrestling history!
So you've got 2 different predictions shows, 2 days in a row, so that you can get everybody's opinions. I know that Jeff Meacham will be on the No DQ panel. Obviously, Aaron Rift will be there. I'm not sure who else will be on the panel. Of course, Noah hosting. I am all in. I know your buddy Chris Rotz is all in, who was actually the first person to wish me happy birthday because he got me at 9 o'clock last night, my time, which would have been midnight his time. So, I know he's going to be all in. I believe Jeff Chadwick, is that his last name?
Yes, it is.
I believe he's supposed to be all in, correct?
I believe so, as long as nothing doesn't change. And I also believe a friend of his that was formerly involved in the Full Gear one is also all in. Justin.
Okay, I'm not sure if Datilla will be there. I told her that, maybe you'll message her about that one since it is You're Simply Predicting. I don't know how many people you want to have
I usually
as part of the shenanigans.
Well, again, the shenanigans, I try to go for a simple 6, but if it becomes a spectacular 7, I'll make it work for what it's worth. I've also put in a code of a state of decorum after the ridiculous marathon that was SummerSlam. But I also want to say this real quick. Thank you to everybody, by the way, for your support for all of our content over SummerSlam weekend. We truly appreciate it. I think it was probably some of our most viewed content in multiverse history.
Yeah, for real. Walter says that he's going to be on the No DQ predictions panel, so you got that. James chimed in here in the chat, said, very good show. He was watching it on and off as he did the retro for All Out.
Thank you, by the way, producer man, for your work behind the scenes. It worked out perfectly.
Yes, which, if James says that a WWE show, and especially an NXT TV special, is good, there's some merit behind it, because the last time he had to step in and do commentary for an NXT TV special, he said it was hot garbage and that he would never do it again. So, and again, for those of you in the chat room, the reason why the comments weren't coming up so quickly is because, if we're being honest, we had to feed the link through Discord, because you got to remember, this man is East Coast, I'm West Coast. NXT doesn't even air for me here in California for another hour.
Exactly.
So in order for us to be able to do this watch along for Heatwave, we had to be synced up. I had to be able to see it at the East Coast time. So thanks to James and his technological advances, he was able to set things up so that me and Noah could both see it. But in doing so, I had to have a separate screen up, which blocked the comments coming in, so I could only really do it during commercial breaks.
And besides the one technical difficulty, it was 100% perfectly in sync.
Yes, which is really good. So we definitely know that that's the way to do these TV shows from now on, whether it's the AEW Grand Slams, the Impact 1000, or any other specials
NXT
that
specials
we do.
or WWE specials, milestones.
Which I gotta say, if we had known more ahead of time that last week was going to be Fight for the Fallen, we probably would have done watch-alongs for those events also.
Yeah,
but it was it was like a last-minute change because of the stuff going on in Hawaii, that tragedy. So Tony Khan made a last-minute decision to make those shows that. and there just wasn't enough time for us to really come together, put together the stuff that we needed to do to promote it.
Absolutely.
But I mean, you got to think, man, how much fun it would have been for me and you to call that Jeff Hardy, Jeff Jarrett Texas Chainsaw match.
I'm just gonna say this,
and especially with Jeff Jarrett holding that title belt up at the end of the match, that would have been so great for me and you to call, dude.
I'm just gonna say this for the record real quick. What my ACW family saw in our virtual watch along, as we do every Wednesday on Dynamite. Shout out to the King, by the way. There's a reason some stuff is one of a kind and not recorded when it comes to that match and the return of the Bunny Alley. And just that show in general, which was a lot of fun. But I do agree, and trust me, I was on a tangent during that cinema catastrophe where Dustin Rhodes says, I still have the worst match ever in history. Survey says, maybe you don't.
You know what? The match was what it was, but I thought it was very enjoyable. I actually chimed in with Datilla's recap that night. I was entertained by it. Was it a Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit clinical masterpiece?
No.
Fuck no.
I didn't expect that. You kidding me?
It was sports entertainment. And the key word there is entertainment. It was entertaining. It did everything that it needed to do. Plus, they got paid $100,000 for the marketing of that match, which went to the Hawaii Relief.
Which I can respect. I can't.
Can you really say anything negative about it when you look at it that way? Like, it was what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I know I'm right, and I know it pains you to admit I'm right, especially when it comes to JEFF. JARRETT, ain't he great?
If there's one thing that should have happened in that match, they should have hung Karen Jarrett up in the damn basement, waiting to be chainsaw in half. Damn it!
Okay.
Let's leave it. Let's leave it right there before I turn this into.
Speaking of Datilla, say her name and she appears.
We believe in Datilla. Just like we believe in Joe Hendry. I love that graphic. Datilla and Noah working as a team, believing in Joe Hendry. Anyway, hey Datilla, appreciate you.
But anyways, just before we get out of here, make sure that you follow all of us across the Multiverse of Media on YouTube, Jeff Meacham Network, the Casa D18 Studios, Simple Man's Brand, the Jay Hebert side of things, the Rangers of Wrestling, the Greg Cherry brand, and of course, NoDQ.com.
Yep.
For all of the content, all of the wrestling coverage. Make sure that you subscribe to the members only section of the Casa D18 Studios channel, where this Saturday you will get to see Noah and I call this classic SummerSlam confrontation between the World Heavyweight Champion Chris Benoit and the Legend Killer, the baby-faced 24-year-old at the time, Randy Orton.
Still crazy.
Make sure you get out there and you vote for which matches you want us to call for September. Noah's poll officially ends at noon tomorrow, and it is currently a three-way tie between Fall Brawl 97, Unbreakable 05, and Takeover Fatal 4-way. The next one that is going to go live will be James's. Those are the choices you've got. Anarchy Rules 99, where Taz lost the ECW title in a three-way dance that also included Mike Awesome and Masato Tanaka. You had the Unforgiven 2000. I want to say it was a steel cage match between the Hardys and Edge and Christian.
I think it was, actually.
You got Unforgiven 03 with Randy Orton versus Shawn Michaels. Very, very early on in the Legend Killer gimmick. No Surrender 09, Lethal Lockdown, and Backlash 2016 as Ambrose defends his title against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Of course, we've got a whole bunch of watch-alongs coming up this week. We've got NWA 75.
Pending.
We've got All in London, which will begin Go ahead, Noah.
I'm gonna say it. This is like the freaking LA Night. When we say LA Night, we say yeah. When you say on London, I'm going to say the biggest event in wrestling history.
With coverage beginning at 8:00 a.m. Pacific time, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. After All In, we will have a special happy hour version of Open Mic Night, where we will have these talking points that we will discuss. And then beginning at either 4 or 4:30, kind of depending how the flow of the conversations go, we will go into our coverage of Impact Wrestling Emergence.
Oh, yeah.
So much professional wrestling this weekend.
Damn it.
I'm looking forward to it. I know you're looking forward to it. Make sure you join Jeff on Thursday for Talk Wrestling, which will be immediately following his participation in the No DQ predictions.
So much stuff, so much content. And I got stuff coming up every day. My gosh. There you go. What? Am I wrong in my excitement when I say that phrase? He does believe. He had to believe because W failed in storytelling. So he does believe.
I begrudgingly believe. And then, of course, make sure you follow Noah on all the social medias, specifically Twitter and YouTube, because he rarely posts to the Instagram.
Yeah, unless you
make sure you check out his community tab where you can find all his prediction stuff, the prediction leagues. The man is a madman for professional wrestling.
Damn it.
All those Simply Predicting panels coming up. Again, you've got Simply Predicting for All In on Friday, and then you've got Simply Predicting for Emergence on Saturday. So much stuff.
Yeah, and in between there, I'm doing an HW Impromptu live tomorrow at their Dynamite. So me and my buddy the King and maybe Cindy and among others will have our freelance chaotic shenanigan conversation where basically I'm in your driver's seat and at their mercy of lack thereof. And we'll also do our own simple highlight and discussions for AEW All In London. The biggest event in wrestling history! And I'm sure we'll come up with some other stuff to talk about too. And then, yeah, besides everything else that's multiverse based, dude, there's something going on literally for probably the next 2 weeks straight. Because don't forget, JJ, after we're done with freaking All In London, you and I have a simple take.
Yes, yes, yes. And speaking of being at people's mercy, once again, if you missed this week's episode of Open Mic Night,
oh, damn it,
go back to the archives. Check it out. You guys showed up in droves. And again, I know it's been said a lot on live broadcasts here the last few days, but Greg Cherry, Jeff Meacham, and myself really thank you for the donations that you guys gave out. We made almost $500 worth of super chats against 3 channels. Some of that content, of course, will show up at the end of the year on Noah That's What I Call Music Volume 1. Some of it will show up on Now That's What I Call Open Mic Night Volume 1. And, after the Disney karaoke in November, there might be a few tracks for Noah That's What I Call Slow Jams Volume 1.
Oh, God. Look, I ain't singing no Isley Brother, Boys to Men, or slow songs from Disney. There's no way that's happening.
Absolutely, Datil. It's going to be a very busy couple weeks, and we are all in for it.
Yes, here is to the biggest week in wrestling history.
And we're going to leave you with that. Noah, thank you for joining me for this, for my birthday shenanigans. Thank you for doing the masterful job you always do for play-by-play commentary. I am the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. He is the Simple Man, Noah Foster. Take us out of here, Noah.
It's always a pleasure. Happy birthday again, my brother. Folks, again, it simply goes like this because my name is Noah Andrew Foster, and I encourage you to enjoy wrestling. For there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters. Just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, and just enjoy life. and enjoy professional wrestling.
It's as simple as that. Have a good night, everybody. The two of us will see you again for Simply Predicting this Friday.
Have a good night, folks. NXT brought the heat on JJ's birthday. It was a fun show. Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you very much, sir.